Whew, no chugging contest here. What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Whew. Sorry to all the Green Bay Packer fans out there. Sorry to the Buffalo Bill fans out there. I know you guys were hoping for a different outcome, but hey, that's sports. Again, happy Monday. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Glad you guys can join us. My two guests, unfortunately, Mr. Key Issues is not here, so we're going to be changing up that. We want to do our best to make sure that Mr. Key Issues is on the show a little bit more than he is. So we do have some updates at the end, so stay tuned for that. And let's get down to it. You guys know what this is. This is New Comic Book Day, comic news, and comic spec. We got something special on my part anyway, but we got something special when it comes to the comic spec, so you might want to tune in for that. With that said, guys, also I know that Hyper wants, there's a clarification he wants to bring up. There is some news he wants to bring about a book that was mentioned last week, so definitely stay tuned for that. FaceTime, he's still FaceTime. I'm hoping he's wearing sleeves. Let's bring him in. Mr. FaceTime, what's going on?
What's going on, man? No sleeves.
Sleeves. Oh man. Whew. All right. Okay. Good.
Somebody's got to represent for Keys.
Good weekend or what, brother?
You know what? I forgot there was football on, man.
Hey, the Eagles are out, so for me, it.
Yeah, that football season's been over for me for weeks.
Yeah, it's over. I know our friend Hyper is not the biggest sports fan, but let's bring him in anyway. Let's not leave him in the dark. It is Mr. Hyper. What's going on, man?
Wait, hold on. We got to correct something. I didn't say I wasn't the biggest sports fan. I'm not the biggest football fan. I like sports like hockey, UFC, and all that. Football's not really my jam, though. But
okay, so
we got to set things straight.
All right, moving on.
Like I said, guys, Hyper not the biggest sports. No, I'm just kidding, man. How was your weekend, dude?
Listen, word to the wise, don't put off sorting your comic books after a few weeks. It took me almost pretty much a weekend to do all that. At one point, I just felt like selling off half my collection. It was just...
Bro, I haven't sorted my shit in months.
It's...
I got it all alphabetically, so when I buy a book, it's easy for me to just boop, and we're going.
No, mine is a disaster, and it's killing me.
Well, it doesn't help the fact that one of the titles I pull out is Batman, and that's a B title, so it kind of, yeah.
Before we get started, what's
the problem with that?
Well, because I do it alphabetically, right? So when I put it B, it kind of shifts everything forward.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's go into the chat real quick before we get started. We're giving the gold medal to Mr. Coco. We're giving the silver to Johnny Dakota, another Canadian, and we're giving.
Hold up, when the fuck did we start giving out medals?
Yeah, well, what exactly is this medals for?
No, because they're first to the chat. Gold, silver, bronze. Come on, guys. And
we ain't even getting paid for this stuff, and people are getting medals.
Man.
Damn.
I used to say that all the time when I used to come into waiting for like shows to start. I'd be like, oh, gold, silver, just to keep it different from, hey, what's going on, everybody? Mr. Key Issues is in the house. He's got the bronze medal. What is it?
I see. He can be in the house, but he can't be on the show.
Comics Explain. What's going on, man?
Thanks. Rob's here. What's going on, man?
What's up?
Bricks, what is going on?
And Reno's Comics, you lost your bet. I know that in the backstage he was like betting with people if I was gonna come in late or not. So
okay, there you go.
Reynolds, you won that bet. He was late, bro. He was backstage late.
That doesn't count. That does not count.
Man, that counts for at least a half or something.
Mad respect. What's going on, man? Man, there's a bunch of you guys here, so I appreciate you guys tuning in, staying in. Sith Lordy, what is going on?
What's up? The Spintex crew.
Yeah, Oregon, what's going on, man? I checked them out on Saturday. I stayed up past my bedtime, and
yeah, every time I see you in the chat, I always get surprised because you normally don't stay up that late on a Saturday.
Man, I try to support as much as I can. So even if it's for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, all I could do the other day was like 10 minutes, but I try to support as much as I can to anyone that tunes in to me. I just think, it's the right thing to do. And I'm always saying, support the community anyway. So Zen, one of my favorite people, I got to get him on the show. It's been a while, so I got to get this guy on the show.
It's been a minute since Zen on.
Immediately, okay? immediately. Evan, what is going on, man? I checked out your show. He just posted a video not too long ago from the start of this one about some books that he was talking about sending to CGC. So check that out. Billy Warren, what's going on, man? All right, guys. So let's get started. You guys know what this is. It's New Comic Book Day, comic news, and comic spec. I will let you guys know right off the bat. My surprise in the comic spec is I actually did a PowerPoint for you guys. I got a small PowerPoint for you guys.
Wow, here we go. Movies getting big time.
I'm going to do my best to have visuals for everybody. I just feel like that is the best way to learn, the best way for everybody to see the books and things like that. I'm also going to be putting information like last sold, where they're selling, things like that, so you guys know prices and things like that. All right?
Newbie, I absolutely agree with you. That is great information to have, and it's awesome when we can get the visuals. That being said, I totally forgot to get the visuals for mine today.
It's all good, man. No worries. No worries.
And I'm kind of short on the spec today, bro. So it's going to be
no
all
worries. Hey, we do it for the chat. You know we're going to get lost with the chat. The chat's going to have some questions, things like that. So it'll be fine. My PowerPoint is not the biggest. I'm trying to keep it between.
That's what she said.
I'm trying to keep my PowerPoint and spec to you guys 4 to 5 books a week. So and that's not including when we're doing our spec once every Tuesday. We're going to be doing, so we kind of have an outline of what we're going to be doing, guys. So stay tuned for that as well. We're going to be one Tuesday. We're going to be reviewing the hottest comics in the previous month. If you should still buy them, if they're dead, if you lost money, make money, things like that. We're going to still keep our keep, sell, buy portion. Then we're going to do a spec, and then we're just going to have fun with that 4th Tuesday. So stay tuned. Good things are coming. Fun things are coming on our channels here. So yeah, let's get started. Face, before we get started, you guys think it's a big week this week?
You know what? It seemed kind of light this week, to be honest.
Okay, yes.
Last week seemed a bit bigger, I found.
Yeah. But last week, last week was pretty much the start of Future State and everything like that. So
I mean, yeah, because that's what my wallet told me yesterday. I mean, not yesterday.
Yeah,
this
week we're in the State. So
speaking of wallet, I am super, super, super light on it. I got great news this morning. I bought a Grail. So you guys stay tuned for that. But I got a Grail that I'm going to be unboxing. The guy lives maybe like 2 hours away from me, so I should have the book in like 2 days. So stay tuned. But yeah,
it was that Tales of Suspense I sent you, wasn't it?
That's a story.
Yeah, that 0.5.
Let's get started. I only asked you guys if you guys thought it was a light week because I saw some of the titles that were in here, and I'm like, okay, yeah. But then I looked at some of the other stuff, and I'm like, I don't think it's that big of a week.
I mean, look, it's like it's a light week as far as titles coming out and everything like that. But it also depends on how you buy too, because this could be an expensive week for you too. Like this shit was killer for me because something is killing and children's coming out. So
Bricks is already on it. Actually, just before I got on here, I ended up selling in the past 3 weeks, maybe 4 or 5 copies of Star Wars Republic. I've been on the fence about getting that second print.
Dude, you were on the fence about getting the first print. Let alone the second print.
I know, but my shop has already assured me that they got a copy for me.
It really was.
I have a copy. It's just I'm looking at how many people are going to be ordering it and things like that. So I don't know, right? Like you look at say Daredevil 25, that second print last week, it didn't do so well, right? A lot of people were banking on it to be really cool. So, or not really cool, but
that's the thing though. It is a really cool cover, and if you bought one for the PC to just have the cover, then you're in good shape. Yeah. If you bought more than that, then you weren't reading the signs because everybody was ordering that shit. It was definitely a known thing.
Yo, this guy is super popular. I don't know how this guy does not have
It's all right. It's been taken care of.
1 million subscribers. All right, let's get started. Let's have fun with this, guys. Face, I think. This is up your alley. You love this story just like everyone else, but I know you are a big fan of this. But we got Department of Truth number 5.
Yeah, definitely on board with Department of Truth.
Manny, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining, brother. Yeah, this one. Are you picking up both covers? I'm assuming yes, right?
Bro, I'm picking up every cover I can get to this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, this
I
was.
mean, like, it's up your alley if you're into conspiracy theories. Definitely, if it's got like an old school X-Files vibe to it going on. But yeah, definitely it weaves in a lot more conspiracy theories, especially like they're more current topically than X-Files did, I would say. So
I will say, sorry, Hyper, to there. I love this second cover. I'm not like I get the cover A, like that's kind of like how they're doing their covers, but I really like this cover B right here, man.
I mean, you should probably pick it up then.
I think this is gonna be the one to. I think this is the one that like Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, you're gonna see this in that $25 to $30 range. I don't know. I just have a feeling.
No,
I mean, I don't know. Like,
no.
people are pretty on Department of Truth now. Like, I think everybody's picking it up for the most part. So
Here's the thing, though. What's tipping me off a bit is the fact that there is at least 4 or 5 different variants for this issue, as opposed to the usual 2. You'll usually have a cover A and a cover B. In this case, you actually have all the way up to cover D and regular priced, issue.
yeah, I know there's a couple incentives, and then there's some exclusives, and
so for that reason alone, I'm kind of keeping an eye on this issue. I mean, I'm already pulling it, but just
Hype, are you pulling all 4?
Yeah. Generally, I pull. The only variant I didn't pull for Department of Truth was that Tradmore variant from the last issue, because I wasn't really a big fan of it.
Yeah.
I don't even remember which one that was.
It's the one where it's like I don't know. It looks like a bunch of flowers exploded on the page or something. I don't know how to explain it.
So Coco is with me on that cover. Coco is with me on that cover. 5 is supposedly one to look out for. Why is that, Bricks? Are we expecting anything crazy? Or
I'm telling you, man, the fact that there's this many variants in the middle of a series, not middle of the series, but like 5 issues in. I mean, I understand if it's like the premiere issue, but like the fact that they broke the norm and put 4 variants for this issue, it's just, I don't know. It's a bit suspicious.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily know what's gonna go on with it story wise, but like it's definitely the type of series, man. Any issue in this series could be key because you have no idea where this shit is going or what's gonna happen next.
Mm-hmm.
Well, something to be on the lookout for. Yeah, and you're right, Hyper. I mean, that's weird that they would have 5 covers or 4 covers.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I know you said in the middle of a series. Obviously, it's not the middle, but
I mean, like it's got that hype like Something Is Killing Children does, and it's kind of the thing. Like everything since like issue 11, man. There's just been so many store exclusive variants for it, whether it's a key or not.
Well, even Bricks is saying in the chat that 5 is supposed to reveal something.
Yeah, now that very well could be. So
shoot. So like, oh man, seriously? Do I gotta get multiple copies here or what? Like, am I gonna be able to call in and work on Thursday and be like?
I mean, I would definitely at least pick up one.
I'm just
I would, definitely at least.
If you're not reading it, you should be.
I think I have issue 2 and 3.
Bro,
what happened?
We gotta get you on the series. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did they tell you to get these issues? Did any of your friends tell you to pick these up?
Yeah, you guys, but
I didn't know Newbie back then.
Oh yeah, Hyper didn't know. Yeah, like you and Keys, but whatever. It happens.
I know. I told him to get them.
My hands are washed from that situation.
It happens. All right, moving on.
It's hard to watch a person self-destruct the way he does.
Image Comics, obviously, Department of Truth is probably the hottest book that they're releasing this week, along with another one, but we'll get to that in a little.
Along with another one.
We got Nailbiter. We got Nailbiter Returns number 9. I can't remember which one of you guys is on this. I am not. Obviously.
Nope, not me. I missed this when it first started coming out. Otherwise, I probably would have started grabbing it. I believe it's Josh Williamson that's writing it, and I'm a huge fan of his writing. But I had no idea that he was writing it, and
you didn't know he was writing it, and like when it first came out, or just like
yeah, bro. I didn't know. and I missed it, and I'm just not there yet. Picking up the back issues to jump on it yet.
Omen, Omen.
Omen.
Okay, perfect. I got it. New story arc.
I can't say that I can tell you anything about this either.
No, Hyper. You got any news on this or no?
I'm not really. There's not many Image titles that's usually on my pull aside from like Department of Truth, and I can't remember. I think Stillwater. I don't really pull that much Image titles, to be honest.
I mean, I've got some Image pulls. This just doesn't happen to be one of them.
Yeah, I don't know. They got two covers. Let's see here.
Post Americana. I am pulling Post Americana.
Oh yeah, no, that one was hot. Yeah, I was just bringing up this second cover. This one, I think people should be pulling out for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm checking this out. It's it's just a mini series, a 6-issue mini series, I believe. But I read the first issue. It was pretty interesting. So it's a good read.
This one
Can't say it was anything like groundbreaking or anything like that.
Yeah.
Quality. I liked it.
I think a lot of people, when people hear hype, obviously there's the reading hype, and then there's obviously the spec side. And when it comes to the spec side,
Right.
like people automatically want to know, hey, is this going to be, I think they go through the categories of like, hey, is this going to be $100 book? Is this going to be a $500 book? Is this going to be a $1,000 book? Right? I think this is not any of those, so please don't. I mean,
that's the thing with Image. Whenever they put out these miniseries, I mean, as good as they are, if it's just a miniseries, you know, you're getting 6 issues, and then that's pretty much it. Maybe they'll bring it back later, but
I know a lot of people were talking about it, like on blogs
of
and things like that. People were bringing this book up, and they were like, this is the must-have book, and don't miss it out. And I just, and you read some of the comments, and people are just like going crazy for it. And I'm like, I mean, if this is a $500 book,
yeah, I mean, that's what happens anytime a number one comes out, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
that number one issue, man, that gets everybody every time.
Yeah, because I know some
that big number one, you gotta have it.
Yeah, because there are some people that I know that only pull number ones of like Image or other indie titles. They won't pull any other issues, but because I figure if I have a number one, if it gets optioned or something, it'll pop. But I don't really collect like that, just because when you have a new series popping out every week, you can't. For me, at least, I can't keep collecting every single number one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I would rather jump around and grab like a whole mini series. Like I'll grab the whole thing of Post Americana rather than pick out 4 or 5 different ones.
Yeah. If you collect a lot of number ones, I mean, you hit on some, but I'm gonna say maybe 70%, 80%.
Yeah, obviously you're gonna hit on some, but at the same time, it's like for every one you're spending like probably 19 or 18 on titles that probably will never pan out. So
exactly. So yeah, it's yeah. I was hoping Keys would be on it because he is the heart of the. I'm not gonna say weird shit. Everyone has their needs.
Wow! What a way to.
Damn.
He
weird shit for Spawn.
He likes Spawn. He likes I
mean, Spawn's pretty. Spawn is okay. Image is indie or whatever, but Spawn is about as fucking mainstream as it can get for indie comics.
100%. Just he's the Spawn guy. Like if I ever have questions about Star Wars and Spawn, that is my go-to guy. That is
without spoiling anything. Mr. Key Issues did a video on the.
I know.
Spawn, so.
I'm just saying, Keys is the Spawn guy. I just wanted, I every time Spawn comes out and he's not on the show, I always like when he takes, he takes the conversation at this because you learn.
And if you know anything about Spawn, like when you talk to him about it, man, he's got some great theories. He really knows shit too.
Yeah, and he put out, if you guys haven't checked it, I posted it, Hyper posted it, Face posted it, I think we all posted it. He had a video that came out, like 3 days ago? 3 days ago, and he gave some great information, some inside information, breaking news, character reveal, new character or something like that. So definitely.
Yeah, and stuff that people may think is in this book that actually isn't. So it's like, it's definitely a video you may want to watch, especially if you're specking on this issue.
Yeah.
Right.
Keon is all keys, no sleeves, bro. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
So
No
yeah,
room for keys with all them keys.
I'm gonna take a slim gamble at this and say keys, and you guys are picking all 3 covers for this.
Not all 3. I with Spawn, I tend to pick the McFarlanes usually, and then the other 2, I see if it catches my. I'm not picking this one. I think I'm picking the Matino probably.
Matino.
Yeah, I'm picking up all of them. It's Spawn. I pick up every cover I can for Spawn.
Yeah.
I was actually mad as shit. What was it? Issue 3. I think it was it 314, 313. I don't remember which one it was. The clown cover, the clown Christmas cover.
313.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So my LCS missed grabbing that for me. I was mad as hell.
So you didn't get any of the
all the covers. Yeah, I would like, and I mean, all the other covers on that issue were like, a big thing because I think it was the Chadwick Boseman cover, I believe, also.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, the Chadwick Boseman was 311.
no, okay, so then it wasn't that one. Damn. But I don't know. 313. It had big Plague. For another reason. The other covers were big.
Plague.
For another reason. Plague Spawn.
Yeah, I think that was the one that was one of the variants for 313.
Okay, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So, but they didn't have it in the box for some reason. I guess they got damaged in shipping or something like that. So I had to get them, aftermarket. But
hopefully you didn't pay too much for it.
2 different covers.
No. Actually, I got them a cover. So.
I meant. Looks good. The Plague book. Yeah, that's something actually I was going to talk about. I think I forgot to talk about it last week. Was that Radiant Black book? A lot of people are going crazy about it.
Well, it hit FOC. It hit FOC last week. So
yeah. I'm just interested to see what happens with that.
I picked up one. I'm not going too heavy on it. I just picked up one out of curiosity.
Yeah,
but it's supposed to be like, I guess, the start of like an integrated image superhero universe.
Oh,
it seems like every publisher is trying to do that. Like AWA is doing that now, and I guess Image is following suit.
But how? Man, that's gonna be tough for Image though. Because they got so many different, like different groups in house and everything like that.
Hey, you can't go wrong with it. I mean, I'll probably spend $5 on something worse. Like I said, I picked up Ludocrats, so I mean,
Well, and Kyle Higgins killed it on Power Rangers.
You know what? I was thinking
Radiant Black has a lot of similarities, so.
Yeah, I was thinking because I joke around about Ludocrats so much that when I hit 1,500 subs in my giveaway, I think I'm gonna put Ludocrats #1 in it.
You should grade it. Get it graded.
No, I'm not gonna get it graded, man.
Fuck yeah, man! Put that in a slab, bro.
Are people hunting that issue down?
No. Nobody's saying
it would be if Newbie does it in a giveaway.
Yeah, I got 1 copy. I'm hoping I can get lucky and maybe get 2 if it, 1 to take care of, to flip kind of thing. But
Radiant Black.
What's going on, man? No, we haven't got to that yet. No worries. There's never a late.
Is there a concern of not getting it for some reason?
Pardon me?
Do you have some kind of inside information that we don't have?
No, why we might no. What I'm saying is I just picked up 1 copy. If it gets hot, I'm counting that I might be able to get a second copy to like flip it or whatever. That's all. That's it. That's it. I got no inside information on it at all. None.
Well, why don't you just ask your LCS for a second copy beforehand?
No, he's waiting to see how the aftermarket takes to it. I think.
What are you just like rolling the fucking dice?
Hey, it is what it is, man. This is my stock market. You know what I mean? All right, Dark Horse. We got 4 covers here, guys. Sometimes you guys hear me say I don't remember talking about this, but Colonel Weird.
It's funny because
bro, you say that every time we talk about this book.
Yeah. Okay.
Phil from Comic Talk Weekly yesterday, he actually mentioned how he's pulling this from his series because I didn't realize this. It was actually Jeff Lemire that's actually writing this.
Yeah, this is part of the Black Hammer universe.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not really hip to the Black Hammer stuff. I think you are, Grace.
I was at first. Like I kind of started getting into it a little bit, and then just somewhere along the way, I actually fell off of it. So. I'm actually not picking up, but
The cover's not exactly doing it any favors.
Hyper.
you
I
don't
don't
like the vomit colored cover?
It just looks too simplistic. It almost looks like at a glance, it almost looks like a children's book.
I don't know if Face would remember this because I don't know if it was just in Canada on
Probably
television.
not, bro. I've killed a lot of brain cells.
But do you remember Hyper a show called Captain Star?
Captain Star.
It was on television.
That's got to be some fucking Canadian shit.
No, man.
Anyway, it's got the similar vibe. That's what when I see this book, especially this cover, the art, the way it is, I think of Captain Star. I think that was it, Captain Star.
Was that a Canadian show?
Yeah, it was on Teletoon. So yeah, that's what I get. I don't think this is anything. No. Hopefully I don't get anybody offended who's reading it or anything like that. It's just not something that I'll be picking up. Something that
I mean, it's Jeff Lemire, so it's probably dope.
Say that again. Sorry.
It's Jeff Lemire, so it's probably dope.
Yeah. No, it's not Captain Canuck. All right.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I remember because I remember watching the cartoon. It was a late cartoon.
Newbie loves this cover.
It was just before Duckman. So
Duckman, what the fuck kind of cartoons y'all got going on up there?
Duckman was a show based on. Come on, Chad, help me out here. Who does not know?
Sounds like you ripped off Darkwing Duck.
What's the guy's name from Jerry Seinfeld, the bald guy? He was the main.
Larry David.
Larry. No.
You're talking about George Costanza.
Yeah, him. He was the voice of Duckman. Captain Power. No, Captain Power. No. Okay, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna have to post it or find something for this. Because I remember Captain Power too.
Duckman was more on the Adult Swim time slot, right?
Yeah, but back then it was all Teletoon. It was still Teletoon, but it was Teletoon late.
Yeah. Because in Cartoon Network, I think they call it the Adult Swim portion, like where it's like
that was like years later. And to your point, Face, for this cover, I like it. I don't think I'll be picking it up. Yeah. Are you guys picking this up? Are you guys on this run?
I am.
No. Oh, Face, you are? Yeah?
I am picking it up. Yes.
Yeah. See? Thank you, man. Duckman was hilarious. Yeah, that Duckman show was funny. Yes, thank you. Coco, don't worry. I'll be posting Captain Star and Duckman images if I can't during this show at the end, if not on my IG, man. I don't want you guys thinking I'm crazy. You know what I mean?
I actually do remember Duckman. Now that he said George Costanza was playing the voice, I do remember that show.
It was a weird show, man. It was a weird show.
Bricks and Free Key, Newbie will be mailing you your checks for that support.
Damn, what's Newbie getting checks for?
What am I getting?
Hold up, Newbie's getting paid too?
They're backing him up on Duckman.
Oh, yo, they know what it is, man. Come on. Oh, shit. It's a If You Want to Read Something book. Oh, okay. Okay.
Newbie, I just want you to pronounce the writer's name.
Yo, Hank.
Yeah, no. Go back to that, Newbie. Go back. Come on. We got to do that.
What?
If you'll indulge the audience.
Fuck that. Indulge me.
Wait.
Say that name.
Nah.
Say that name. Say my name. Say my name.
I like New Universe X's comment. Newbie bringing out characters from his Newbie verse.
Right?
Oh man.
I'll be honest. I don't even know how to pronounce this name. That last name is a complete. It looks like a.
I'm just taking a guess. No, don't get mad, please. If you could help me pronounce the name, that'd be great. I get my results. Reminds me of the Judge Dredd in the Wastelands. Yeah. All right. Shifting gears here to IDW, and you guys hear me every time I bring up when there is My Little Pony. I always try to make sure you guys understand that My Little Pony Transformers, that is something that's I wouldn't say this year yet, but last year, especially in 2020, it was something hot. A lot of people were picking it up. I know you guys are picking up.
Speaking of, there was just an announcement that they are doing a Transformers My Little Pony 2.
Oh snap!
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna be on it. I think the number one goes for like 80 Canadian or something, 50 or 80.
Is that? Are you talking about the regular version, the RI, or that New York?
Regular.
No. The regular cover is going for $80.
I think so.
I don't think the regular one is it?
I don't know
It's
if
got
it's
to be the RI or the comic book.
but I think one of them is like crazy.
I think you probably think of the incentive. I can't see the
Yeah, it's
regular.
either the RI or the New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
I'll look it up when you guys are talking comic news or when I'm doing my little.
Damn. How much do people have a hard on for these ponies?
I don't think it's the My Little Ponies. I think it's just the Transformers and that thing, man. Damn, I have My Little Pony
I
Transformers.
mean, bro, My Little Pony has a following though. There is a following for that shit.
Yeah, there is. All right, so I'm gonna pass by that. I think this is a book that a few people want to hear about. Star Wars Adventures, Smuggler's Run 2.
Yeah, with Chewbacca with that Vidal Sassoon hair product.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming you guys are picking this book up.
Chewbacca looks great, bro.
Yeah, Head and Shoulders, man. It does wonders.
He looks like he's gotten to the salon before these other chicks during the quarantine times.
Oh yeah, he got his hair did. He ready to go.
So, are you guys picking this book up?
Nah,
Yeah. I am.
I mean, I think I kind of told you guys I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I'm just right now the only thing I'm picking up Star Wars is the High Republic.
Are you kidding me? The first appearance of whatever the fuck that is on Chewbacca's head, I'm definitely getting it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but
A few people were really high on this book. I mean, the only thing I would say, and again, take it with great salt because, guys, you guys know I am not the biggest Star Wars guy, but just anything that is Star Wars right now is, fuego. It's hot.
well, Sith Lord just dropped some knowledge. First Alicia Beck.
Yep.
There you have it.
Okay, so because I'm not, I don't know anything about Star Wars, is that a big character?
It's not a huge character, but
Because I still can't.
It's one of those. It's one of those things right now. Like Star Wars first appearances are, man, there's so much room to grow for all of them because
Dude, I can't sell that Darth Vader #7. Like, if I tried.
That's because people have it, bro.
But some of these books you kind of have to hold on to, like.
Yeah, and that's the other thing.
You can't expect
these
for something.
exactly. These Star Wars first appearances are more of an investment because, like I said, there's so much room to grow for all of these because Star Wars is such a big universe, and they can do so much with these characters, and that's what people are getting invested in. Is that down the road they are going to do something with these characters.
Yeah,
especially because right now is the time too. It's when they are doing it. I mean, you're starting to see it.
And here's the thing: you have to look at it this way. With the slate of new Star Wars shows coming out, these characters also could be the groundwork laid for them appearing in these shows in the future, right? So
exactly.
Sith Lord is saying new, but maybe reoccurring. So is he talking about that chick that he just said?
Yeah. The Alicia Beck. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Still cover price. Yeah. All right. Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining.
What's up?
And Coco is saying it's a pass for him. Yeah. You know what? It might come down to the fact that, when I go pick up my books, I might just ask them if they have it. If they have it, it'll probably be one of those quick decisions like yay, nay kind of thing. But I don't know. I'll see.
Isn't there wait, how many Star Wars Adventure? Because they I know they have Star Wars Adventures High Republic as well, right? And then there's another
they got a regular Star Wars Adventures, Star Wars High Republic Adventures, and this Star Wars Adventure Smuggler's Run going on right now.
Okay, because I am picking up that Yoda 1 in 10 for the Star Wars High Republic Adventures.
Hell yeah, it's fucking Yoda. That's gonna be a great cover, bro. I'm getting it too.
Yo, X, I got a crazy story for you. I kind of touched on it at the beginning of the show. I don't know if you were here, but I got a grail. So I'll definitely message you. But
you got Powerpuff Girls #1, bro.
Hey, that might spike because that new show that's coming out. So you never know. Here's the thing. Here's my last point. Yeah, I know. Here's my last point with this book. Just to keep in mind, if you're still on the fence about it, again, take my opinion with great salt because I am not the biggest Star Wars guy. But what's hot right now? Star Wars. What's hot in Star Wars when there is those, first appearances? It's like Hyper said and Face. Like it could be nothing right now. It could be something later on. So, if you come across it, pick it up, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of getting the vibe in the chat that it's like 50-50. So I don't know. For me, I'm kind of on the fence. I'll see you when I get to the shop and see.
Let that FOMO consume you.
You guys,
Exactly.
I'll explain to you guys where I
Like
am.
the dark side. It's exactly like the dark side. Don't worry.
Listen, you guys know where I am. A lot of these guys, like Universe X, he knows what my goals are for this year. He knows what I'm doing to get to those goals. I'm taking like a different approach in collecting this year, just to check mark some of those grails and big books that I want. So
I told you not to be robbing them banks, newbie.
no.
You reached out to the mob.
Everything Star Wars. Hey, what's going on, Leo? Everything Star Wars is hot today, but not my cup of tea. Yeah, same, man. And you know what?
I do like his thumbnail though. I do like his thumbnail.
That Leonardo? Yeah.
Yeah, right. Definitely.
Yeah. And you know what, man? I've never seen you in the chat, so welcome. If this is not your first show, I apologize, but it's the first time I'm seeing your name, so welcome. Thanks for joining, man. All right. Before we get into Marvel, let's finish off the other stuff because you guys know Marvel is hot.
This is the portion where newbie accidentally clicks covers, and he pretends like he accidentally clicks them.
Yeah, exactly. Oops, I didn't mean to click that chick.
I don't think there's a cave woman like last week, but I mean, you guys know we don't really spend a lot of time with Dynamite unless one of these guys on the panel has a book that they're really vibing with. But I mean, let's be real, guys. It's Red Sonja and Vampirella.
I mean, yeah, really, you get the same 3 books with Dynamite every week for the most part. Red Sonja, Deja Thoris, and Vampirella, and it's just different variations on that. But there does happen to be variations that I'm buying this week. I'm getting. I think the Dynamite is on the 3rd or 4th issue of that miniseries, and then it's either the Red Sonja or the Vampirella, the one with the superheroes, is one of those issues is coming out.
All right, cool.
But other than that,
bro, eat your words out.
What's that?
Eat your words out. New Universe is saying,
eat your words out.
But
wait, what kind of expression is eat your words out?
Yeah, what the hell did that mean?
Eat your words out.
The newbie-verse, man.
Don't you mean eat your heart out?
Yeah, whatever, man. I was just trying to keep it
Words are delicious.
Leo is new to the show. So what's up, man? So definitely, we start the show with new comic book day. Then we get
just remember what he said, that because I might forget.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We won't let him live out down either.
Just to give you a little rundown, we go through new comic book day. As you can see, I butcher some words, but hey, it's okay. Then we get into
30% of the show is giving newbie shit.
We get into comic news, and then we get into some comic spec. I got some visuals today, so yeah, definitely appreciate you joining, man. So thank you. Serious, Dynamite has the same titles every. Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? Somebody's picking them up because they're still paying them to make these books. So
I mean, sometimes, not for nothing, but sometimes they definitely are worth the read. Like I said, Dan Abnett is a writer that I tend to enjoy. I saw that he was doing a couple series at Dynamite, so I'm grabbing those. They are trying to do some different things over there too. So maybe they're trying to start expanding more than just the 3. Like they have more than 3 properties, obviously, but those are the big 3: is Deja Thoris, Vampirella, and Red Sonja, and that's pretty much what you see from them.
Sorry, Face. That comment when newbie highlighted just kind of made me laugh because it's one thing when you said it, it's another thing when you put it to text.
Yeah. Right.
Word. Guys, I've had a long day, man. I've been working since 8 a.m. It's been a long day. A lot of excitement today. So bear with me. Like a famous rapper once said, I just drank a 5th of Kool-Aid. Dare me to drive. So it's just been one of those crazy days. Not really, but all right, let's get into Boom. Probably one of the hottest things out right now. Boom can do no harm, basically, but we got Doom.
Yeah, man. I dislike Boom this week because they're making me spend a lot of money.
Oh, okay, that's why. I was like, why just?
Yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah, there's something we have to mention about Boom, though. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but Boom apparently they kind of have a company name change, so some of their titles actually will end up in the, the other category. So going forward, you might not actually see Boom in its own separate category for some of the books.
Okay.
What?
So-
Wait, what's
Keep that in mind.
with them now?
Yeah, like Boom changed its title, like kind of they're calling themselves Boom Entertainment or something like that. So that's why you'll see like Power Rangers in the other section.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's good to know because now we'll definitely check that out. All right.
Well, that's. I did not look for that this week. Did that happen this week?
I'm not sure, but I know that in FOC, some of the Boom titles were in the other. So I don't know about this week. We'll have to go through and see.
All right. Yeah, we will. This is that cover B for Dune.
Yeah, bro. I'm all in on this series. And actually, the first few issues have been pretty good for it if you're a fan of Dune. Which I happen to be a huge fan of Dune. So
The
I'm
show
trying to get
out.
everything that I can for the series, every cover that I can.
Is it a show or a movie that's coming out for them that like really got this thing?
Yeah,
It's a
there's
movie.
It's a movie, right?
Yeah.
And it's coming out. It's slated. So slated to come out, or is it has it been delayed kind of thing? Like what's going on with
that? I don't know if it has an actual release date. It did at one point, and then it got pushed back. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure it's ready to go.
Yeah. Just like a lot of movies, though. Like Black Widow's done. What's the other? Morbius is done, but they're
Eternals is done.
Eternals, Tyme to Die. Like all these movies are done, but they're literally set back just because of everything, right? So
right.
Yeah.
But this is a dope cover right there too. That was a dope cover.
I mean,
Mike
I like both of them, to be honest with you guys.
What's that?
I like both.
Yeah, like all the covers for this series have been pretty great so far too. Like, it's worth picking up. I like Dune.
Universe is saying he picked up the first Dune comic. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Dune is it's one of those things. Like, it's very heavy sci-fi, so it's not for everybody. But like I said, I like it, so
Yeah, that's all that matters, man. Firefly number 25. We got. I think we got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, this is another big one. I mean, again, I love Firefly, and this is going to be a big issue for Firefly. They're introducing a lot of new characters.
Yeah, I mean,
all kinds of stuff.
It's great when the book starts off and the citation has new characters. It's like, okay, cool.
They want to hook you in.
Yeah.
Well, because the thing is,
see, the thing is, like, I've said this week after week. Boom has done a great job of taking properties like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Power Rangers, things like that, and expanding on the lore and mythologies that have already been established for those franchises. They have not been afraid to open up those worlds and to go into new places and everything like that we haven't seen. And they're doing that on Firefly now. And they've done it successfully on pretty much all the other franchises that they've tried to do it on. So there's no reason to think that it probably won't be pretty quality stuff coming out of Firefly too. So
yeah, because those
if you're a fan, check it out.
Well, because also those TV shows have long been, not canceled, but they've ended. So anyways, people that are fans of the show should know that these comics are supposed to be canon to the actual series.
Right,
so,
exactly.
It's not considered like an alternate, take or anything. It's basically a continuation of the TV series. So if you're a fan of it, might be worth picking up.
Yeah. Face, we got a question here. So the new characters, is that part of the rumor of redoing Firefly?
So, well, no, I believe that the rumors are that they're going to actually reboot the series. They're going to, I don't want to say that they're going to remake the series exactly, because it's not going to be, I'm sure it's not going to be an exact remake.
Yeah.
But essentially, from what I'm understanding, they want to take, Firefly and redo the series using the established characters, basically, Mal Reynolds, and that crew. Now, as far as if they do a few seasons, will they bring in the new characters? That's entirely possible. But I think at first they'll start with the established crew, probably run a season or two like that before you would ever see any of the new characters come in.
What's going on, Hidden Gem? Bronze Age Byron is saying, I think I picked the wrong Boom Studios book to try when I added We Only Find Them When They Are Dead to my poll. You know what, man? You're not the only one who thinks that or had that issue. I know a lot of people were very high on that book.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people were high on it, and there was good reason to be high on it whenever it was first coming out. Like, Al Ewing is a great writer, and he's killing it over there on Immortal Hulk, and he's done a lot of other great things at Marvel.
Yeah.
We Only Find Them When They're Dead. It's good. Again, it's another one. It's sort of like Dune. It's really heavy sci-fi. You kind of have to be a fan of really heavy sci-fi. But the other thing about We Only Find Them is when They're Dead, it's a slow burn to go along with it too. Like,
and the thing is,
it seems to be taking a while to get to where it's going.
But that's kind of Al Ewing's forte. I mean, you look at the titles he's currently doing right now. He's doing Sword, and he's doing Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's
right.
Those are all pretty like three cosmic heavy, sci-fi heavy, titles, right? So that's kind of like he's been known to write those kind of titles that really go heavy into that sci-fi stuff. So,
but see, the thing is though, with Immortal Hulk, it works because it's more of a
horror.
It's a body horror, but it's more of a horror type series. So the slow burn works in that type of setting. And the reason that I think it'll work for Sword is because, that's sci-fi. Like, We Only Find Them When They're Dead, but like it feels like We Only Find Them When They're Dead was supposed to be more along the lines of like an action sci-fi, whereas Sword feels like it can get more into like that conspiracy theory type stuff, a lot of political, stuff going on, and it feels like it can have room for that slow burn type stuff.
The thing is with We Only Find Them When They're Dead that I find is a bit of an issue for me is I kind of find like the pages are a bit of like sensory overload in terms of, I don't know how, maybe it's just the way like the panels were kind of all that. It just felt like it's just like it's too much in your face. I don't know how to explain it.
Right. Yeah, and that could be.
A lot of people are saying they were off the issue by number 3 or number 4. A lot of people were going heavy on it. A lot of people are going heavy on number 1. Absolutely, right? I remember before this book actually was taken off, watching some FOC shows and just reading what people were putting out there. A lot of people were on this, man. So, I'll
give it a shot. I mean, I'm going to stick till at least the end of this first arc, and then I'll see if I'm still going to continue or not. But at the moment, I'm kind of more leaning towards dropping this after the first arc, at least for me.
So Jody from 1218 is saying, it's just a hard read. I love the sci-fi, but it's like reading Shakespeare or something. I don't like the poetry in quotations of it. That's just me, though. Yeah, hey.
Yeah, exactly. That's that. And like I was saying, that's that heavy sci-fi feel that it's got going on, man. It's just, it feels thick, and it feels very weighty when you read it.
And Hidden Gem, I don't know, like, sorry, I might be behind on some comments or something. Hidden Gem just came out of nowhere and says, "Yeah, I love Immortal Hulk." So
no, because we were talking about Al Ewing.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, because I was thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, are we talking about? So okay, never mind. Now it all makes sense, man. I just got like, wait, what?
You eat your words out, mister.
Yeah, shut up, man. Come on. I agree with Jeffrey. I dropped after the first. Yeah, sometimes we gotta take those risks. Number 1, right?
And like I said, I love heavy sci-fi. I mean, I love Dune, but We Only Find Them When They're Dead is one that I dropped. After I think I dropped it after like 4th issue or something like that.
Oh shoot, you dropped it too?
Yeah, man. Like I just, it's the first one, boom, that I dropped.
Wow.
I had to, I just felt like I had to take one off to add a couple other things. So.
I thought I missed something, so sorry. I was like, wait, what? It wasn't connecting. So, am I doing something else? All right, I'm gonna touch on these just because of the fact that Face, he mentioned Mega Man. Yeah, it's not the hottest title. Yeah, it's nothing crazy, but he is big on those video games, big on those cartoon things like that. I think you had mentioned at one point there was a cover or a book you were picking up. No Face, like prior.
Yeah, I've been picking up this series, and there's an RI for this series.
This one, I will say right off the bat, I like. Yo, this is a crazy cover, man.
Yeah, it's a.
I think that's just and I think that's actually just a B cover.
Yeah,
B cover. So, yeah,
I think go up another one because the RIs have been all pretty similar.
You might have to do the number trick, newbie.
Yeah, I think I'll have to do the number.
I'm gonna copyright that and like make it a T-shirt. Nope.
Weird.
No dice. But yeah, this cover, man. When I saw it, I love this cover. Will I get it? No, but I love it. Books are too pricey.
Yeah, that's a pretty dope cover.
To let them linger in our pulls. Yeah. And you know what?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, because I spend so much on them that sometimes I just have to go through. It's like pulling weeds, man. I have to just take off the ones that are just.
Oh yeah.
I'm not growing with.
Unless I was on drugs when I was like.
You're talking about grass. You're talking about the weeds that which weeds are we talking about now?
Dude, Mega Man video games are dope.
I'm talking about weeds and gardening, you fucking potheads.
No, I was just trying to clarify for the chat, man.
I remember every weekend I would get $6.75 from my mom, and this is back in the day before like I'm 32. So my mom would give me $6.75, and that was enough to get video games on Friday after school, and you could get 2 for $1, and you would have to return them by Sunday night. So I always picked up Mega Man. It was one of those games I always loved playing, man. I never beat it.
It's tough to beat. The original ones were always.
Mega Man was great.
I remember too. I think it was like Mega Man 2 or Mega Man 3, but he gets like it was like a sand level, and he gets like a bike, like a hover bike or something like that. Man. It was so cool to ride that thing because like it was like the first time you're like, oh shoot, my character can get on like something. And now you got Halo and all these games is crazy,
and it's insane because you couldn't save your file, so you pretty much had to sit there and finish the game if you wanted to actually beat it.
Yeah, like you had to beat that shit in one sitting.
Man, that's something that I hated back then. Like if you logged out of a game, it was like, all right, you got to start over again. And it was like, man, who has the time to sit here for like 3 days and finish this game? Like,
it's
it was such a blessing in the days of like PlayStation 1 when like Tomb Raider came along and it had the save points that you could go to.
And you actually had memory cards at that point also.
Right? Yeah. Oh man. It was
Rumble
so nice.
Packs too. Remember the Rumble Packs?
Oh, that was the N64, right? Yeah.
I was N64, so.
Okay, I was Sony, so.
Guys, I don't think this needs any introduction, hype, whatever. I'm pretty sure everybody is picking this book up.
Yep.
I mean, if you're not, you should be by this point.
Is there?
Well, technically, at this point, if you're not, I would say wait for the trade because going back for those early issues, I think you're good. It's gonna run you quite a bit.
Forget those early issues, bro. Those things are.
What's that?
What's a number 1 right now going for? Saying like a 9. Let's say 9.8.
Cover A is pushing. I'm talking Canadian, probably like 250, 300, probably for cover A on a 9.8.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say to that. If it's 250 to 300, let's say for a 9.8.
That's raw.
No. 9.8.
That's not graded. It's more than that. Yeah, it's more than that graded.
Are you sure?
Canadian.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can check on it a little bit later. But if it's $250 to $300, okay. Just a question right off the bat. Do you think it's a smart investment to buy that right now?
Oof. You know what? No, because here's why. Because the show is actually taking a bit of a hiatus. Not the show, sorry. The comic is taking a bit of a hiatus after issue 15. I would say if you're planning on buying that issue 1, wait until talks about this comic have kind of passed for a month or 2. And then when those issues...
No. It's not going away that long.
How long is it going away for?
Comes back in May.
Okay, I mean, there's still that interim period between, what are we, February?
It's either March or May. I'm not sure which.
Oh, if it's March, then okay, that's too close.
Yeah,
But
either way, yeah, it comes back in within 3 or 4 months, so
I
it's not that long.
I think my question would be, and talking to like the investor guys, the guys that are have it and they want to make a quick buck. Well, not a quick buck, but like it's a hot book to have. But if you were to get, I mean, me personally, I know everyone's financially is different, but I've always said, if you want to get a really solid book or a book that has like, it's one of those shiny toys, I guess you could say, like you're usually looking in that $200 to $300 range. So when you're saying $250 for basically the hottest title of last year, probably going into this year, and until the show or the movie or whatever they do comes out, I mean, if you're telling me, hey, you could buy a 9.8 for $250 right now, and then when this stuff comes out, it's like a $600 to $700 book, I would say buy it, no? But
here's the thing, though. This is why I have a hard time confidently telling people to buy it at that price. Just because, at the end of the day, it's an indie title, and there's not really that many precedents set for indie titles hitting that number. Unless
Walking Dead.
Yeah, but the thing is, Walking Dead had a bit more going for it in terms of it had a much more scarcer print run compared to.
I don't know, man. What was the print run on the early issues of Walking Dead? I know they were low, but they were low on something that's killing children, also.
Not as low as
Now,
Walking
Dead. I know they probably weren't as low, but keep in mind, this we're at issue 14 on this, 14, and issues, multiple issues pre-10 are seeing triple-digit numbers.
Ooh.
Walking Dead didn't do that.
He's shipping out. Nice.
Well,
not this fast.
I think it'll cool down, but I also understand where Hyper's coming with the whole like indie title and things like that.
It's just that like my thing is, I'm not saying that it's not going to retain its value. I'm just wondering how high the ceiling will be for this, especially because right now it's just chatter about it being option. There's no concrete news or anything of any sort that this, this is being actually confirmed for a TV show.
I mean, that's true, but the thing is, though, there's money to be made there. There's money sitting on the table with this franchise, 100%. And it's not gonna just sit there. Like somebody's gonna pick that money up.
No, but face. I think where I was coming from was I would be comfortable, like financially, let's say, picking that book up at $250 and a 9.8 if it was gonna maybe triple once the movie comes out. You know what I mean? Like I think that would be a smart play. But again, yeah, I think the book will cool down. But I'm also scared because it's indie. I don't know why. I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be a movie. I think it's going to be a
indie titles, man. It's tough for me to put that much money into an indie title.
Yeah, and that's the only reason that I'm kind of, because really the only thing that kind of ensures an indie title's longevity is if it has a movie or a TV show after that series is done. Whereas, like, let's say in a Marvel TV like comic series, like a Spider-Man character that shows up in ASM could appear in other parts of the MCU or Marvel Comics property, right?
Right.
Indie titles are generally self-contained. So once a series is done, especially miniseries, like once that's done, then and the chatter kind of stops. The only way that hype keeps going is when it goes into other forms of media like TV or movies. So that's why it's hard for me to kind of invest heavy on an indie book. I was lucky enough to pick up number 1, although I didn't get cover. I got the Jenny Friesen and the Jay Lee, the Jay Lee cover.
But see, there's nothing wrong with that. Like those and here's the thing though, those covers are going for they're going for a lower rate than the A covers.
It is, yeah.
But those are pretty low print them too. I mean, and then they're pretty nice covers to have. So over time, they're just gonna accumulate too.
Yeah, because the Jenny Friesen.
That A cover though. That first of all, that shit is not $250 for a 9.8. Like you're paying more for that. Like
no, Hyper. I was
at least $400.
Hyper. I was trusting you. $250. Okay, I was trusting you.
Hey, I never actually put my my name to it. I just gave you a guess. That's all.
But yeah,
9.8 that sold today. A 9.8 that sold today, or no, yesterday. Sorry.
Wait. But that's best offer. Scroll down. Let's look at.
Okay. So 457. Then you got these ones.
Okay, so 200 is like the Jenny Frizen cover B. Yeah. Okay, so it seems like cover A.
That's the Jenny Frizen's 200 now.
You're looking around $400, 400 plus, let's say.
Canadian.
Yeah.
One of those, yeah. So Jody, yeah, you are right. I will not be able to get one of those for $250 Canadian or American. Well, what's $250 American?
It's about $325.
You can't even get it $250 American. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get the foil cover. I passed it up so many times. I didn't. Maybe I should have it. I don't know, but
wait, is it all sold out? Because I'm sure some LCSs actually might still have it in their stock.
Well, maybe. I mean, my one LCS still had High Republic, and I picked up as many. As
I told you to pick that up too.
I did.
I told you to pick up that foil. Something is killing children.
Yeah,
grab
and
it.
I was there, and I had it in my hand, and I'm like,
are you and Keith the only collectors in that city?
No.
Listen, no, but you know what, Hyper. Listen, I'm starting to feel some type of way about this because, I told him pick up High Republic. He doesn't do it. I tell him to pick up. Thor 5. He doesn't do it. I tell him to pick up this shit. He doesn't do it. But he picked up Ludacrats. That dude told him to pick up Ludacrats. He picked that shit up.
That was before Newbie was met face and all that. But no, I picked up 5 of High Republic. I think we might still have one when I go this Wednesday. Last Wednesday, they just threw a High Republic. My shop threw a High Republic into my order. They're like, hey, man, here, this is for you.
Are you passing it up because you're afraid of karmic? Are you afraid of karmic karma? You're thinking that if you grab that, you're kind of taking it away from someone else? Because that's the only reason why I'm thinking why you're not.
Sometimes I do.
No, but you know what? Get that shit and send it to your friends or something. Send it to your buddies, somebody that wants it.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Bro, just get it and then do a giveaway on chat or something like that, man. Yeah,
well, I'll know for next time. I promise. All right. Unkindness of Ravens, number 5.
I think this is the last issue of the series.
What's that?
Can you guys explain something to me? One, I don't read this one. I haven't picked it up, but I know my English is it's pretty decent. But it says Unkindness of Ravens, number 5.
Yeah.
4.
Oh, it's probably a typo.
Okay. Just sure.
Unless it's a bonus issue, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
No, I believe it was. It's 5 issues as far as I'm aware. It's always supposed to have been 5 issues as far as I know. Okay. I'm not sure what the story is about.
What's up, Sparks?
What's going on?
He dropped another video, I think.
This earlier today, right? Mail call.
Yeah. I wasn't able to catch it. I'll probably catch it on the rewind.
Hidden. Newbie can dish the spec, but he can take it. Oh man, I can do it. Listen. I have 5 sisters. There's not much anybody can say that will hurt my feelings or anything. When it comes to my sisters, though, they know the buttons to press.
No one's here to hurt your feelings.
No. I'm just saying, that things just bounce off of me, man. I'm here for a good time, so. Yeah.
So there's your mental image for the night, viewers. Newbie getting beat up by 5 chicks daily.
Hey, I'm the oldest, but all right.
And still got beat up.
I didn't get beat up. Come on. All right, and then how are you guys feeling on this cover? And again,
on which one?
He's talking about you.
You only find them when they're dead.
I'll give them points for consistency.
I dropped it, so
I'm still getting the 50-50 from everybody. You know what I mean? Like half
on it,
and then half the people I talk to are like, no, don't even bother. You know what I mean? Like one guy was like, no, it's firewood. I'm like, oh shit.
Well, I feel bad every time I drop an issue because I feel like I'm taking money out of the creative team's pocket or something like that. But look, the thing is, sometimes you just have to, and for me it just had to go. I feel bad about it because it wasn't bad or anything like that. It just wasn't great either.
Exactly.
Right here, man. I love this name. Dono 71 Comic Spanish Man TV, man. I wish I would have.
Bro, that is beef fucking.
And I love when the Latinos and the Spanish people come to the show. Thank you for joining, man. I do want to take this. I just want to take one quick second to give a shout out to Sparks. If you haven't followed Sparks, go make sure you do. If you don't watch his stuff, go make sure you do. Guy is a really solid dude. Really solid FOC show. Very informative. And
let me see if I could drop his link in the chat.
Yeah, definitely do it. And if you guys ever have a question, he is. I mean, I hope I'm not, speaking for him, but when I have a question, I sometimes ask him. He's got the right information. So definitely one of the solid dudes in our community. So go show some love. All right. All right, we're done with that one. This is the second cover for it. It's okay. It's not.
I mean, yeah, it's all right. I guess I just, I'm like I said,
I'm not into it. So
it is what it is.
All right, before we get into the Marvel side, okay, let's take a look right here in the other category. But
yeah, we got there's actually a couple I know that stand out on there. There was two of them that I saw for sure.
Hey, Mel, what's going on? Hey, no problem, man. And as I always say, I always leave it till the end, but I always say I'll leave you guys with this. Make sure you guys go support everybody. We're only as strong as the community. You never know when you're going to need somebody. So just, keep that in mind when you're joining new shows and you're meeting new people. You never know what they're selling, what they want to buy, what their story is. So definitely go check everybody out, sub everybody up,
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's go through this before we get into Marvel. Face, Hyper, let me know if there is a book that stands out that you guys want to talk about. Chat, let me know if there's anything there.
I was picking up Agrasuko, but then I dropped it after 5 issues. They're just like funny little one-shot stories.
Yeah, I thought that was a joke, man. I thought you were really going to, yeah.
No, I actually was picking up because it's based on that anime, the Netflix animated TV series. So that issue one actually did pop for a minute.
Yeah, so did Ludacris 1. So just keep that in mind.
It did? There was that actually popped it all? No, because hold on. Because, like Agrasuko, like that actually had price increase. There was actually, it popped for a minute. And went right back down. But it did have price increase for a second. Ludacris didn't have shit. That shit fell right on the floor.
Eighth Immortal. That looks like a cool cover. It is a #1. I don't know. That's probably all the information that I have on it.
That's how you going to skip over that shit, right?
No.
Like, you didn't hear it.
This one, Hyper, I'm surprised you didn't mention. I didn't even know that the third issue was coming out. I know I read the first issue.
I didn't mention it because we didn't even get to it yet.
Oh, okay. I read the first issue.
He's in a rush, isn't he?
No, I'm in no rush. I read the first issue. I got 2 copies of #1. Keys, I missed out on #2. I forget for what reason, because I remember saying, I couldn't make it because of this, never ordered it, whatever. So I missed out on #2. Keys told me, though, and, I hope it's not a spoiler, but Keys told me that in #2 there are other characters' first appearances that you might have missed on #1.
Serious question. Does your store have pull boxes?
Yeah.
Why do you not have a pull box?
Because I do have a pull box.
Why don't you use your fucking pull box?
I do use my pull box. It's just
then how did you miss issue #2?
Things are getting intense.
Because I didn't really think that I was gonna really like the story. I was kind of going. I only bought the book in the first place because Hyper was like, "Yo, you should probably be on this," and I was like, "Oh man, all right." Just because you recommended it.
Well, the thing is, the other reason why I told you to be on this was apparently, I think Sony or one of the it got picked up by one of the studios. And to answer UniX's question, it's kind of like, think of it as it's like a heist story. Yeah. It almost like an Ocean 11 vibe, but it has like a Tarantino vibe to it. It's like these people that normally don't get along with each other, and they kind of have to come together to do a heist. That's kind of protected by
rob like San Diego Comic-Con or something. You know what I mean?
But the tag is kind of protected by kaiju monsters.
Get after him, Face. Listen, I have a pull box. I just have the luxury of being able to get some books. I mean, obviously the big books you have to get ahead of time, but there are other books. Nobody was really talking about this book, so I knew I could get it a little bit late. I wouldn't be surprised if they have this book right now, #2.
It's funny because I was answering UniX's question to deflect that, and then the chat just brings it back up to your pull box fiat. So
I can handle it, man. I can stand with the strongest. I'm good with it. I'm really good with that, man. I have a pull box, but here's the other thing too, guys.
You need more pull boxes or something.
I also have the other side of the coin where, like, sometimes I've been in the position where I've ordered, like, say 10 books, and I only wanted 7, and they've lost out because other people could have bought those other books. And you guys know how it works. Sometimes that shop doesn't know when that next customer is going to be buying that book. So I also have to keep that in mind as well, right? So
hold on, you go to the comic book store and you leave there with like 10 or 7 books.
What?
How?
What do you mean?
How do you do that?
In the past, like, I would pull out on my pull box like 5 to 10 books.
And you just leave there with only 5 to 10 books?
Yeah, because sometimes I would change my mind on some. So that's what I mean by the whole pull box thing, where, like, I would feel bad. So sometimes I might, if it's a book that I'm on the fence about, I might not necessarily ask them to pull it for me. I just take the risk of going into the store that day.
But you buy multiple copies of some shit though, right?
Some.
Yeah, so you just don't buy a lot at all, huh?
No, just whatever I want, just whatever I like.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's trading like Confession of Newbie with face.
Right, yeah. He's trading this shit like stock.
I'm very open about what I buy. I have no problem. I got
no. It's just interesting in finding out how people do buy and collect.
I don't buy like you. I don't buy like you and buy every book, man. To me,
right.
Next week.
I just felt some shade being thrown there.
No.
It's I'm napalm on that shit, man. Just everything. Get everything and you can't miss.
I'm just stirring the pot right now.
Hey, no worries, man. You're never late. Come on.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I spend way too much time.
Everybody collects a different way. There is no wrong way to collect unless
there is a wrong way to collect.
There's no way. No wrong.
Newbie. We got to give a shout out to J2 Amiris. He made his YouTube debut on Spark's
channel
yesterday. So, yeah, man. Hopefully, we'll be seeing more of you.
There we go. Congratulations.
Yeah, he told me. He's like, Newbie, I was so scared. I popped my YouTube cherry, but you know what, man? I told him once you get that first, even that second one, it becomes easy. You're just talking to people who love the same thing as you. So definitely big shout out to you. Hope you have some content coming. Door is open. I've given him the key to our show in the sense of you can come on anytime, brother. So you let me know when you're ready.
And, fun fact, my first YouTube, my cameo appearance, or I guess you could say first appearance, was in Spark's channel as well. So Spark's channel is be the gateway to YouTube stars, I guess.
Spark's a good guy, man. Like I said, he answers my questions. He's a nice guy. I'm going to have to do something and get him on or be on his show if he ever asks me, if I'm ever lucky enough. So, yeah, we'll see. But Sparks, and here's the issue, guys. Sometimes I feel bad when I highlight one person, and I say, hey, go check all you guys. At one point, I'm giving a shout out to all you guys are great people. It's about the community, right? So that's why I always say, sub. You never know when you're gonna need to buy, need to sell. Find somebody who you connect with. You know what I mean? Like I found Hyper and Face just this way. So you never know.
Yeah, I used to be a troll in the chat, and then look at me now.
Yeah, now.
Right, he was the first person I ever booted.
Yeah. So definitely check it out. All right, let's finish this off before we get into Marvel because there's a lot of books on Marvel. All right, so we got Lady Death.
So I don't know where they're at, but I got 2 books that are on there for sure.
Okay, what are they?
I got Stake #1 that's coming out from Scout Comics.
Oh, we're on it right now.
Yeah, it's a new series, vampires and shit. It's by the same, I think it's by the same person that did, what was that other series that they did? No Heroine?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, Face, what's the deal? Is that the new thing now? Hipster rock and roll vampires? That seems to be like.
Yeah, I think it's along those lines. So hey, what the hell?
If he is a Dr. Dre, man, that's a big title. Imagine putting that as your YouTube handle, Dr. Dre.
Right? There you go.
Oof. Sparks, I will definitely take you up on that, man. I will definitely take you up on that. All right.
And then the other one that I got is actually it's coming out from Valiant, Exo Man of War #4. So like if you're into Valiant at all, like especially back in the 90s, Valiant used to be a thing. They've kind of had a little bit of a resurgence over the years, and their stuff's pretty interesting. But Exo Man of War is getting like a new costume, I think, or his armor's changing somehow. Sounds like it's going to be a pretty key issue for Exo Man of War. So,
all right, cool. Yeah, they got 3 covers, I think. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 covers.
And Valiant's trying to do their own Valiant's trying to do their own cinematic universe as well, right?
Yeah, and I heard actually, interestingly enough, is that there's talks that they may be doing a sequel to the Bloodshot movie after all.
Yeah, I can't say I'm looking forward to that.
I mean, like, I don't know. It just depends. Like, I didn't really think Bloodshot was bad.
It wasn't bad, but it
wasn't necessarily great either. But see, the weird thing is Harbinger, I believe the rights are owned by Paramount for them, and they're supposed to be doing a movie over there. So I'm not sure how that shit's all working. But yeah, they're trying to get something going with Valiant.
I mean,
to Tapia, it looks like he's got a logo. I think he had like his picture was with his family. So if this is your logo, nice work, brother.
Nice. Tapia's family.
But you know what though?
Shop?
What's that?
No, I was wondering if his tagline is if that's actually a shop or something. Does it say Tapia's Family Unlimited Comics?
Oh,
I think that was always his name.
Okay.
But he never had like a logo. I think it was just his family. So yeah.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, if you go on YouTube and you look up it's Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe, like it's kind of campy, but like if you can get by the campiness of it, man, that shit is pretty great. It's a pretty quality movie for the Valiant Universe.
I don't mind Campia. I just don't want to pay admission price to see it. Campia is cool as long as I
mean, it's on YouTube. It's free.
Yeah.
And
in that case, I'll be on board. But yeah.
Yo, and fucking damn, what's his name? Jason Frank, I think is his name. The kid that played Tommy on Power Rangers.
The Green Ranger, yeah.
Yeah, he plays Bloodshot. So
yeah, Jody, I've actually heard some really good things about Dead End Kids. I got some information sent to me. I think like around just before Christmas time. That was Kev want to talk, but he actually just changed his name. What is it? Empathy in comics or something like that. Don't me if I'm butchering it. I really apologize. I'm not trying to, but I know that he kind of is switching gears and has a new channel going. So yeah, I think he was sharing some of that information tonight on his channel about that, but I don't know what time or anything. Like he's West Coast, so he's LA, so I don't know. All right, let's get into Marvel, guys. So we got Marvel, we got DC, comic news, and then we got some comic spec. So hopefully, if you guys need an intermission, this is the time to go to the bathroom. If you guys have popcorn, I hope it's still warm.
You want them to go to the bathroom while we're doing Marvel? What kind of sense does that make?
Well, look at the top line, man. We got, no offense, we got a Spider-Man run that's not that popular. I mean, it's not going so well. I know.
Bro, that's Spider-Man. Oh man, you didn't hear about this Spider-Man issue? You didn't pre-order this one?
And then we got Captain Marvel. That has been a huge disappointment. So
wait, but
whoa, hold on.
You got to rewind a bit. You know that
we're stretching now.
The ASM, the Yun variant. For whatever reason, I went to a site and they actually had it 1 per customer for that Yun variant. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's backordered. Yeah, I don't know why, but
really,
the only Marvel issue in their new release that they put 1 per customer. So
that's the only. You know what? The only reason I'm fucking still getting Spider-Man is for this cover.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
If it wasn't for that cover, I wouldn't even be getting this issue.
I don't know if this is already back ordered or anything like that, but yeah.
It's got a really like a cool.
I feel like Tapia is 100% right. Exo Manowar and Turok would be great movies, but Turok's owned by somebody else now.
So a one, yeah, hey, whatever. So this is the cover A for it.
This Spider-Man run is just like I tried. I really tried. I really did, and I'm done with it. I want to be done with it, but then these covers.
And I know some people defended, well, it's getting good now. I'm like, yeah, great. It took him 50 issues to get there. Solid.
I think you've been saying that for a while, so yeah.
And it just keeps dragging out. Like it is what it is.
I've been meaning to cancel ASM for my pull, but the covers are good. Yeah. I mean, if you had 55 before it hit the popularity thing, I mean, I think it was kind of worth it. I mean, if you had one, you probably saved yourself like, 10, 15 issues realistically.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. That the covers for ASM are killer, and that's what saves it right now.
I mean, what world are we living in where we're hearing that the Venom run is ending, but ASM is still going on? This current ASM, I mean.
Well, the Venom run is just ending because Cates is getting off of it, I guess. So
I know, but I mean, it's just an ironic sense for me that.
Yeah. And what was Newbie saying about Captain Marvel here? Because
I just don't like it. I think it's weak. I think it's weak.
I think that you were probably in the minority on that one. Like Captain Marvel's been pretty good for a while now.
It's not my thing. I think I stopped at 20 whatever the kids. I think it might have been 23,
22 maybe.
22.
I think it's.
I don't know, but Captain Marvel's been interesting for a while now. Like I'm not gonna say it's not the greatest series out there by any means, but it's been alright. It's been alright for sure. Definitely a lot better than fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man's been terrible for a while.
You're not setting the bar high there.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but I mean, it's better than Iron Man run right now.
And I'm not saying Iron Man is as a great point right now.
At least we know what happened to Carol's leg.
Me personally, I just don't like this run, and that's okay. And I'm okay with it.
That's just because you don't like Captain Marvel. That's just because you don't like Captain Marvel.
Side note was
somebody call Sana in the chat. He'll change his tune quick.
Hold on. Just a side question.
Still straighten him out.
Since you are the Iron Man guy, is the last, I guess, great Iron Man run, was it that Matt Fraction Invincible Iron Man run?
Yes.
Back in the day? Was that probably the last greatest Iron Man run?
Next question.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
Look,
the answer is yes.
Listen, hold on a sec. I think there's going to be. I think something is coming for Iron Man.
Actually, just one right now could be pretty good.
Yeah, the one right now, but I think in the future, I think if you guys give it just a little bit, I think there's something coming. I think there's truly is, because
his leg.
Man,
that would be great.
Listen,
we could get that story.
What do you guys got to say about this one? Captain Marvel 25.
Yeah, so she's still fucking around with these guys from this alternate timeline future or whatever, and like that. I don't know. That's one of the things right now that's made Captain Marvel pretty interesting is just these new characters that they brought in. To be honest,
something is coming for Iron Man's leg. Man, you guys got to stop. There's gonna be a hashtag or something. Me personally, right? I agree with Hyper. Yeah, that's probably the last time. It's been a little shitty. Me and Face have talked about that.
And I wasn't trying to be a dick. I was like, sincerely asking a question about like when.
Not at all. Again, I don't get hurt. It bounces off me. I don't get offended. It's a shitty run. I say that about the original series. I mean, there's like.
It's not like you have stocks in Stark Industry or anything like that.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's not the strongest run. It's never been the strongest run. Me personally, I think there's good things coming in the future. That's just my opinion. That's all.
Cool.
Yeah. Cates will be doing Iron Man. Yeah. And then we'll find out like fucking Iron Man is Rhino or Shocker. Yeah.
Oh God. Cates Iron Man.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Actually, man, you know what? I kind of do want to see that. To be honest, I would love to see what Cage would do with Iron Man.
Well, maybe Virus can come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
They do have similar armor.
Here we got Comics Talk Weekly. What's up, brother? How's it going, man?
What's up? He also does a show. He actually does a show right after Sparks' FOC show.
Okay, shoot.
So
that is dope. Yeah. Me personally, guys.
Look, hold up.
What's up?
But see, you saw his comment right there, right? Cantwell brought him back to Iron Man. That's what I'm telling you. This run from Iron Man could be pretty decent. Like, Cantwell's not a bad writer, man. So you just gotta wait and see what he's gonna do with it.
I will say, me personally, I do think Iron Man will have its day again. I think it'll be hot. I think if you look at one run that has nothing really special, again, even in that original series, let's be real. Iron Man 1, that's the book to have. I got it in my back shoulder here. Then you get 55. Then you get 219, which is behind my shoulder too. Then you get 282.
Not a whole lot of keys.
Most people don't even know what 282 is. They're like, yeah, it's first War Machine. It's like, no, it's Tony Stark in the War Machine. It's not James Rhodes in War Machine. Also, you can't forget 128, that iconic demon in a bottle. I know a lot of people are picking up that Armored Wars one.
Yeah, because of the Disney Plus. Yeah.
But it's not the strongest run, so I don't know. Me looking into the future, say whatever you want to say, but Iron Man is an iconic character. He was the first one in the movie series to bring us. So just I don't know. I have some hope in the future, but yeah.
It's funny how when we were kids, series that there were, the numbering was in like the hundreds and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And now you just don't see that shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you got Action, of course, and Detective, but there's not a whole lot of series out there that are, that are up there as far as in the hundreds, because they just keep fucking rebooting and renumbering. And
I do think, and guys, everyone has their opinion. I will never, ever laugh. I mean, I might laugh, but I don't mean it. Anybody's opinion. My opinion is, I think Iron Man is coming. I think moving forward, that 2099, that 2020 stuff, even though we're past 2020, I just think there's going to be a lot of stuff that they can play on. You can't just die. I mean, Tony Stark did die. He's gone and all that. But I think you have to keep that character going. Say whatever you want, but he's classic. He's iconic. So in my opinion, yeah, it's just something to be on the lookout for sure in the future. But yeah.
So when you watched Endgame the first time, did you tear up?
Yeah, I went with Keys and I went with all of them. We all did.
Listen, I'll admit I even kind of
Bro, no. Oh man, I'm so sorry I missed that, because I know fucking Keys had a field day when he saw that shit. Keys had a field day. I know he did. Damn it.
No, Keys. Hey, I'm not even going to speak for Keys. Me? Yeah, my eyes were a little. I was like, ooh.
And the problem is, Keys wasn't wearing sleeves, so he couldn't even wipe his tears with any.
Actually, true story. Keys was not wearing sleeves. I have a video of it. We took a video.
He's crying.
I'm not going to speak for him, man. I'm going to speak for myself. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta know. I gotta talk to him.
Yeah. No, but I did, man. It's a fucking journey I just went on. I went like a 10-year journey, and then whoo, I'm not crying. You're crying, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's got underneath now. Yeah.
Y'all crying over Iron Man. Y'all crying over Iron Man, but nobody cared about Black Widow. What the hell?
For the record, the eye kind of welled up, but the tear didn't stream down, so I don't think that counts for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it didn't come down the cheek, then you're safe.
Look, we went 6 strong. We went 6 strong in that movie. We usually, if you guys remember, my buddy Dylan, aka Mr. Freeze, and Keys, we go with 2-3 other buddies. Like the day before the movie's released. The movie's released on Friday, but you can go in Thursday and see the early screening. And yeah, man, there was like 6 of us there, and it is what it is. I'm man enough to say, yeah, I had some tears in it. It's a character I love. It's one of the guys that got me into comics, into this world. So yeah, of course, man, I don't care. I'm there with it. Yeah,
it's 2021. No shame.
Yeah, no shame. The two movies that almost that really got to me were that one and
Lion King. Lion King.
no. Big Hero 6.
Oh, Big Hero 6, yeah.
Yeah, dude. When he's in that world and then he like has to save him and he like, I was like, woo, man. Okay, all right. So yeah, the newbie who The Notebook. No, man. I think I seen that once in like grade 9 or 10.
Yo, I've never seen that movie. I've avoided it.
The two characters in that movie actually live in my city. So like Ryan Gosling and
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, they're from this area. They live in this area. So yeah, they're like well known here. So yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but they're pretty well known fucking everywhere.
Well, I don't know. All right, let's finish this off.
Fucking Ryan Gosling. He's a little well known, you think?
The Notebook. Wouldn't be surprised in a couple of years if Marvel did an Iron Man movie reboot.
Honestly,
tuned.
Right? Yeah, I can see
I might
it.
have some stuff on that. I might have
it.
on that. Just saying. I might have some stuff on that.
I could see an Iron Man reboot coming.
I've never seen it. I've never seen this movie. I have to.
Yeah, that opening 5 minutes of that movie, yeah, it definitely gets to you.
Bro,
Listen,
Old Yeller.
Right now,
Old Yeller, man. Old Yeller. That's the one. That's the one right there.
All right, let's finish this up because I really want to get into some comic news and comic spec, and we still got DC to get to. So we've got everybody's retirement book, Daredevil 26, everybody.
Yeah, that's the one right there.
Are you guys picking it up? I'm not picking it up.
It's on my
Of course.
pull.
What?
It's on my pull, and I'm actually picking up the variant for this because if you notice, it's a connecting cover.
Yep, I'm picking up both of them too. Yeah, Daredevil's been fucking amazing, bro. Yeah, you should definitely be picking up Daredevil.
Not so much on the spec. I'm just talking about the story. The story.
No, not at all from a spec side, but that's a great read.
Yeah.
Zdarsky killing it on.
Especially if you're kind of getting sick and tired of like that supernatural superhero stuff. This is a bit more of a street level story. So
Well, and the crazy thing is, I mean,
although they are using King and Black though, so
what's that?
they are integrating this into the King and Black stuff, so maybe it's not as
Everything's getting hit by King and Black.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm expecting. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I even got a PowerPoint hidden. I got a PowerPoint, so stay tuned for that. I thought this was kind of a reboot, making Tony more humble.
It kind of was a little bit.
But if you
read,
a little bit, because if you like later on in some of the issues too, in that original issue, you kind of do see some stuff like getting into that like 200, 210, just before the ghost stuff. He does get a little softer, I guess you would say. So yeah, a lot of people are saying they're grabbing this book, Universe X, Coco, Ramirez here. Daredevil has been on my phone. Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, I mean Daredevil's even like I said, with no spec on pretty much any issue of Daredevil outside of that 25 issue, it's still worth picking up every single one just for how good of a read it's been.
Yeah, and generally, I find that Daredevil's like the series, like the last few series, have generally been good reads. Like it usually has a good track record of having good stories in them.
Yeah, it's crazy. It really does. I mean, when they're bad, they're really bad. But for the most part, Daredevil does have a pretty good track record. But the Darcy's definitely got to be near the top. I mean, this run. Fantastic.
You know what's funny, Louis? I was talking to my girlfriend. I was like, yeah, like I'm stuck because I talk to her sometimes. She asks, how my dork stuff is going. That's what she calls it. She's like, how's your dork stuff? And I was like, oh, babe, I'm so pumped. Like I'm getting PowerPoints, and she actually quoted that because that's our favorite.
You entertain that shit?
What? Office?
No. What does she say to you?
Dork stuff. She's like,
and you entertain that shit?
Hey man, she's a great woman. She does a lot for me. So if that's her only flaw, I'll take it.
Listen, you gotta correct the terminology, newbie. Help her learn.
Oh, I tell her.
You're asking newbie to
help her learn.
Terminology. You're asking newbie to correct the terminology.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. My bad. Forget I said that, newbie. Forget I said it.
That's not good. She supports it. Don't get me wrong. Like she doesn't think it's weird. That's just how she grew up.
Why does she think it's weird? What are you trying to say, newbie?
I don't know, man. I really don't. We got Deadpool number 10. I will say, guys, I really like the cover of this, but not enough.
You know what? I like the cover of this, and I love how when I brought it up in previews, it's right next to Excalibur. Like, it just looks great next to it.
And dude, check it out. Jeff the Land Shark is also in there.
Right, for sure.
And they got that shark too. So
Yeah.
Daredevil, Spec, Dead. Yeah. I mean, I don't really.
Yeah, she's probably not going to be Daredevil for the long term or anything like that, but it's going to be a fun story arc.
Listen, I am the biggest dork, okay? And I hope you guys don't feel offended. She doesn't mean it with disrespect. That's just how she views it. She was never raised in the comic world or anything like that.
This was never meant to be like a podium statement.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said you got to correct terminology, but then I realized that that's probably not a good idea.
We're just busting.
Yeah, dude. Again, things bounce off me.
Listen, right after this one, you got to pull up Excalibur.
I will.
Oh wait, hold up. It's actually getting canceled?
Yeah, I brought it up a few times, and you guys just passed it up on me.
I mean,
Deadpool gets canceled all the time.
That's true. It's not exactly. I mean, Deadpool. I find I don't know if people. I'm hearing always that people get Deadpool fatigue. It used to
Yeah, Deadpool gets about a year-long run, and then.
Not the people that have New Mutants 98. I'll tell you that much.
Well, no. Aside from those,
well, that would be new.
I'm talking about current, like the Deadpool of the last few years. I mean,
he just doesn't have real long runs.
I'm so
after that first.
I'm so pissed off because I was talking to this guy on Instagram. He was selling a 9.6 New Mutants for $560 Canadian.
But is that I'm not sure what it's actually going for now.
Here's the thing. So it was. We talked before that Deadpool 3 news broke like 2 weeks ago, the day before. Okay, we were talking the day before, and I was like, all right, man, just let me sleep on it. Okay, that's what I said to him. I said, let me sleep on it. $560 shipped went the next day once that news broke to $850.
He was selling it, or did he actually sell it?
I'm sure.
That's what they're going for on eBay ever since that news broke. They've been going for
9.6 is $800.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
And they're selling.
Was it the newsstand edition with the Mark Jewelers?
Just direct.
All right, fuck it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just direct. Yeah. Universal.
I'm thankful I bought my raw copy over the summer. Then
I will say this. And this is the only comment I will make about this book. And somebody, this isn't somebody else's words, but I don't want to put their name on it because, it's not my right. But I agree with this person. This person said 10 years, 20 years from now, that book will still be super hot because of the fact it was super popular when my age group, the 25 plus right now, like I'm 32, but the 25 plus, this is who they grew up with. Being super popular and just could relate to them, right? Let's remind everybody this was the first superhero that basically was just killing people, swearing, and doing, basically saying a fuck you to everybody, anybody.
Well, yeah.
The Punisher would beg to differ, sir.
If you're looking late, you know what I mean. I don't think I think me personally, people are leaning more towards Deadpool. But I think that book.
I mean, I'm just saying though, the Punisher, was definitely doing those things before.
But the thing is, Deadpool was breaking the fourth wall, though.
Yeah. Universe. Oh, dude.
Is that the thing though? Is that what did it?
No, but
I'm just saying, me personally, and from what this person I agreed with them. I just think that down the road, 10, 20 years from now, that book is still going to be. It's going to be one of those books to have just because of the fact that it was popular when we were growing up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, it will be too.
And the thing is,
Punisher will be too. I'm just saying Deadpool will be up there as well.
And it's one of those books that you'll never have a hard time selling if it's in your collection.
No.
You'll and on the flip side is you'll always find copies of it posted online. It's one of those issues that's, it was in the early 90s. It was heavily printed. But at the same time, just because it was heavily printed doesn't mean it's going to be cheap either.
And I think that's the argument for people too, is the fact that it's heavily printed. So people are like, but again, yeah.
Well, that's the argument if you're a buyer, for sure.
Well, that's why in those cases people tend to go for like above a 9.0 or 9.2 in in such cases like that.
In that one, I think it's got to be 9.6.
It depends on the price, right? How much did you say that you were contemplating paying for your
560 shipped? I think it was 560, 580, somewhere around there for a 9.6.
See, I mean, I don't know. Again, it just depends on how much. I guess it just depends on how much of a comic book snob you are about it. I guess because anything 9.2 and above is near mint of some sort. So.
Well, because the thing is, but again, that's why I was going back to like it depends on how much of a deal you got. Like if my book, I would say I would venture it's probably like a 9.2, 9.4 raw.
You have it?
I have it, yeah.
Nice.
But I paid.
I got everything.
No. Trust me, not everything. I should disclose my wish list at some point, but it's just that once I put it out into ether, it's almost like I'm held accountable. But I paid about $325 after tax and all that for my Canadian.
That's not too bad, especially if you slab it to modern. You're looking at $380 to have it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and the thing is, it was one of those books that was always on my radar. I just never pulled the trigger just because I was trying to find the right price. And that summer, the price seemed right, so I just pulled the trigger on it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a book that I've always thought about getting. It was never really high on, say, top 20 books to get, just because of the fact I like Deadpool. It's just like I'm not you're not gonna walk in.
Yeah, but 19 of your top 20 are Iron Man or fucking Ironheart.
No, they're not. There's 3 of them. That's it. There's 3. You'd be surprised at what's on that list, man. I'm slowly.
It might be.
I'm slowly tackling that list.
I'm impressed. I actually saw some of those X's on some of those books on your list.
There's some more X's coming, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, no, definitely just a book. I'm kind of seeing that, that FOMO of, I don't know, not. I just wish I would have bought that book and pulled the trigger that day before. But
you know what? But that's always going to be the any book, because things will appreciate it, and you're gonna. And it's one of those things, opportunity cost. You're gonna have to just figure out where you want to put your money in. You're gonna have to miss out on a book in order to pay for something else. So,
but see, and it's another one of those books too that it's sort of like ASM 361 right now. It's on the radar for most people because we know Venom 2 is coming with Carnage. There was just an announcement for Deadpool. These are books that are on people's radars right now. So
yeah,
I will be selling my 361 the second there is an image of Carnage. I will sell it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, because between the 2 books, New Mutants 98 definitely has. I feel it has a higher ceiling than ASM 361 because
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're talking.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say it, and then we're gonna move on because I really want to finish Marvel. We're just creeping up almost on the 2-hour mark, and we still got comic spec, comic news, and we still got DC. So, but I will say this: I know a lot of you are not gonna like this answer. I know a lot of you guys aren't gonna like this answer, but me personally. Woody Harrelson, great actor. I think he's going to do an amazing job. Amazing job. I really do. But I don't think there is a Woody Harrelson moving forward. Maybe one more, but not a prominent role. But I don't know, man. I don't know. And guys, remember, I have a 9.6. I just told you guys I'm waiting to sell it. That's just my opinion.
You mean you don't think he's gonna kill it in the role of Carnage?
No, I think he's gonna kill it. I just don't know what future that holds for it. I think there's way too much going on for that character to kind of resurface at some point.
I think that they'll use him more than once. Woody's a big actor too, and I know that they have a habit of getting big actors, but I think that they could definitely bring him back for some other shit.
Yeah, I heard this too. I also heard October. October is when to be on the lookout for October this year. I know October is a long ways away. If you guys are like me, I like the summer and the nice weather, so I don't want October to come too fast. But yeah, I'm hearing October and Super Bowl, something like that. So the only way we get Carnage a second time is if we get So that's just my personal opinion. Some information that I kind of came across. I am kind of seeing and hearing maybe it's just a one and done, guys.
I don't know. Like I said, I think they could get a sequel or so out of them.
Listen, here's the thing, Jody. You could hear something. You could hear it from really good people. You know, like you hear Mikey Sutton and all those guys talk. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. You know, more so than they're not. And I'm not specifically saying Mikey Sutton. I'm just saying in general. I just wouldn't get caught up in the fact that it's Woody Harrelson. I get he's big. I think he's going to do a great job. Honestly, I think it's going to be a great Carnage, and that's going to build for us to want to see him again. It's just I'm seeing it as a one and done for right now. Like if somebody were to ask me right now today, I think this is where my thought process would be. That's all. So.
I mean, not anything to do with Woody Harrelson. It's got more to do with Sony's track record than anything else.
Yeah, exactly. And even after this movie, especially with what's going on with the pandemic and stuff like that and things being held out, you also have to keep in mind that like maybe they edit it, maybe they think, okay, fuck, you know, like we're not gonna be able to bring this character in for a long time. And again, it's Sony, right? So we'll see. Punch. I've talked about that so many times, guys. I will talk about some of this stuff. We can come back to it. I just want to finish this and then get into news and spec. But yeah, we can definitely talk about this for sure. Punch, I think you know, but you can get that book. I think what is that? Venom vs. Carnage 1 and 2. 1 is first Patrick Mulligan. 2 is the first appearance of Toxin. I think you can get that number 2 book for, if I'm not mistaken, a 9.6 will round you up. 200 Canadian, 220 Canadian, I think, somewhere around there.
Ooh, sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a bad spec at that price at a 9.6. It's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Just to save some time, Fantastic Four number 28. Anything there?
Yeah, I think they're doing some more shit with the Griever. She just came back and. They're probably gonna.
He asked a question that he's shooting you.
No. There's a question mark here. I'm just saying, shh, just Coco. Shh, don't.
Oh, okay. I thought you're referring to Face.
No. I was saying to Coco. Okay. No, Face. Go ahead, brother. Sorry.
No, yeah. I believe they're wrapping up the storyline with the Griever. What it sounds like. So.
Yeah, it was a character who was
it's Dan Slott, so, you know, take that for what's worth.
More of the other symbiotes included. Guys, yeah. I will talk about this. I promise.
But we need all the symbiotes.
Yeah. King in Black, Namor number 3.
Wait a minute. Isn't there 5 issues in this series?
Yeah, I believe there is going to be 5 issues in the Namor series.
Yeah, must be a typo. I don't think it's 3 of 3. I think it's 3 of 5.
The third typo.
I thought it was 3 of 5.
That's like the third or fourth typo that we've come across. So
yeah, that is weird. I don't know what's up with that. I don't think that is the end, but I could, I could be wrong, I guess.
All right. New Mutants 15.
Yeah, picking it up. Part of the X title.
Right, they're kind of in a little bit of a lull on the X titles right now between
with the 10 of Swords just wrapping up.
Reign of X or whatever's coming next.
Yes, Jody, I can say right now, yes.
Yes,
absolutely.
I've been guilty of doing that.
Yeah.
Just put them behind the Turox.
I'm with you on that, Sparks. Fantastic Four is definitely hit or miss.
I picked up. I think the last issue I picked up of Fantastic Four was 20. Was it 25? Does that make sense? Where they got the new costumes? I thought.
It might have been.
Yeah, that was actually
the only things really. I mean, lately that have even seemed worth it with the Fantastic Four has been whenever they introduced the Profiteer and the two new kids, Nakala and whatever the other kid's name is, I don't even fucking remember.
Okay.
But
Avengers.
yeah, the thing's new kids. He's got a Skrull and a Kree kid that him and Alicia seem to have adopted.
Oh shit! My guy Conan the Librarian.
Conan the Librarian, I think.
And
Is this the King in Black issue, or is that the next one?
And Deadpool here. Sorry, Face?
I know Savage Avengers is getting a King in Black tie-in coming
Yeah,
out.
it's this one. It's this one and the next
one. Yep, yeah.
And issue 18, I believe, is supposed to be a tie-in as well.
Okay.
Yeah, they're bringing in Deadpool, Conan, Deadpool. I mean, that's a pretty interesting team up in itself.
Yeah, just read the badass. It's no longer. Oh, I think cool.
Yeah, I just read that too. Actually, that's gonna be. I mean, I don't know.
And it's a shame.
Back to Marvel.
It's a shame because the time he's been at DC, it's not like he's made waves. I mean, aside from creating the character Naomi, it's not.
Naomi's the only fucking thing that he's done at DC, really, though. Because like the Superman run was,
Yeah. It's a shame. Yeah.
Shang-Chi, obviously, I mean, this character is getting hotter and hotter as we near the movie and things like that. I think it's slated to still come out next fall, I believe.
I believe so. And they're bringing in your boy, the Mandarin. I'm surprised you're not more excited about this.
Well, if you remember, I think I mentioned it about a month ago because somebody had mentioned something in the comments about Tales of Suspense 50. That is the first appearance of the Mandarin, and it's got the storyline with the 10 rings. I had mentioned the fact that, hey, why don't you keep that down? Because some of us are trying to pick that book up. But, you know, it happens. I'm not actually mad. I'm just, you know, playing around.
Yeah.
Tales of Suspense 50, if you guys look at the numbers, if you guys look at the sales, it was doing this. Then people were like, oh, shit, it's doing this. I'm going to pick it up. People started picking it up, especially with that 10 rings. That is the phrase that a lot of people are sticking with when it comes to this book. So be on the lookout for that book to maybe jump. I'm waiting a bit now. I got in on a little bit late. But yeah, I should have bought it after Iron Man 3, but I didn't.
Right. So now is this one of those movies? Is this one of those movies you're going to be at the theater the day of?
For Shang-Chi? Yeah, absolutely. The only ones I have been there for the first day was
New Mutants.
New Mutants and shoot, hey, Keys. I know you're sleeping, but fuck.
Fucking Wonder Woman.
And I think Wonder Woman, maybe. Yeah, you're actually right.
Wonder Woman 84.
Oh, and
it doesn't sound like you missed out on much though.
And Birds of Prey.
Yeah, so you really didn't miss out on much.
Yeah, those are the three I've never seen. Any other movie, man, I am there opening day. The day before, I am there. So.
The Thursday, you mean, like the advanced screen?
Yeah, the Thursday, 7 p.m. I'm always there. It's usually
early show.
I'm always there.
That's how I watched Endgame. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah. Well, I watched Endgame Thursday. I watched Endgame Friday. I watched Sunday that week. Like, yeah, I went like 3 or 4 times. Yeah.
Wait, just curious. Did you have to get advance tickets for all 3 showings, or did you actually wait in line?
No. We actually bought we were able to buy, I think, like 2 days before, something like that. You know, it was just one of those things that, you could still get. I mean, this is pre-COVID, right? So you could pack the theater. We usually get our tickets like the Sunday of.
Because the thing is, unless you're going solo, if you're going with friends, I remember for Endgame, I think for at least the first 2 weeks, if you didn't pre-book your tickets, you're shit out of luck.
Yeah. The only thing, and maybe it was the case in Quebec or wherever you guys are listening from, but especially in my theater is they went into one of our malls in the city, so it's like pretty big. They added like 8 theaters in it, like 8. What do they call it? Like when you go in, right? Like The actual. Yeah, they added like six to eight, I think, new ones. And when Endgame came out, there was literally like 10 showings of it, like every half hour. So you had so many chances to get in. So I think that also helped not having to pre-book like months in advance, right?
Yeah. Right.
Coco, lots of tears. Yeah, man. It's like 3 days worth.
Kid collectors in the house.
What's that?
Kid collectors in the house.
Yeah, I said, hey, what's going on, man? He won a book. He won Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man #1. 9.
Oh, nice.
I just put the link to his channel. Well, it's Joey Does Comics channel, but he does a show with him, Power Pack.
Yeah, Power Pack, yeah. It's like the kids, the younger guys that will take over this. So when I'm like
next gen.
When I'm like 55 years old, I'll be watching them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bro, why aren't you watching them now? What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm watching them now. But I'm just saying, like, they'll still be around at that time.
Face has been on Newbie's case the entire episode.
Oh, shit, man.
Somebody's got to be shit.
Like, I'm just in the sidelines, just watching.
All right, let's finish this off. Star Wars Bounty Hunters #9.
Face.
They're all at once.
Face,
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely picking it up. You know I am.
Yeah, like I said, my Star Wars input is not that much.
Yeah, so Bounty Hunters it's been probably, I'd say it's my favorite series so far, like, without getting into too much of the details. It's pretty action-oriented, man. Well, between it and Darth Vader, man, like, Bounty Hunters is probably one of the two best series that's come out for Star Wars right now. As far as keys or anything like that, probably not a whole lot of anything going on in this issue.
Well, I know that the issue 8 had something about it was like the first time they mentioned Fennec Shand, who was in The Mandalorian, right?
Yeah, they did mention her. I'm not. See, I haven't read anything as far as whether she's supposed to show up or anything like that. So
nothing's wrong with being old. There's nothing wrong with being old, man. Absolutely nothing. I consider myself older guys.
Oh man, you just need to go. Because if we got anybody in here that's like 10 years older than you, they're about to get real offended with your ass.
Yeah. Okay. Is this the other one here? Hold on. Trying to Bounty Hunters. Yeah. So this is the other cover right here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you went to the other one.
No.
Yeah. The Empire Strikes Back cover or whatever. They're doing a whole series of them.
Oh, there's like a war going on. I didn't mean to make it. And then
shots fired, bro. Shots fired.
I can. Man, I'm old as hell. In Latino years, I'm like 65. So.
Please don't say you're old as hell when there's other people older than you.
You just don't know how to put the shovel down. Just put the shovel down.
We finally get into, I believe, outside of, say, maybe Department of Truth, Killing the Children, this one, I think I would put these three at probably the must-haves of the week, but I think everybody is on this one.
Pre-sales for this has already been hitting like $20-25 Canadian. I don't know if it's cooled down since then, but I have seen prices go that high for this book. Sold, I mean, on eBay.
Yeah, the second print, they're already getting up there on the price on that.
Yeah.
Yo, my girlfriend is like a year younger than me, but she always makes fun of me because I used to tell my kids to get off my lawn. I'm like, yo, get off my lawn. So yeah, yeah. What's it called? So, yeah, I think this one's gonna be like Hyper just said. The print run is gonna be so crazy. It's almost like that Daredevil 25.
But the difference is in this case, Daredevil 25, the second print, is still at cover price. This one, it's already hitting like 25. I'm actually surprised that unless maybe shops under ordered this one as well. I can't explain why this one is already hitting like that $20-25 range.
Yo, comment of the
night. There's no real reason that should have been under ordered like that, but yeah, it seems to be going for that online. I don't know why.
Yeah, actually.
Yo, comment of the night right here. If I had a trophy to give for the comment of the night,
he actually did that yesterday on his channel.
Yo, I'm gonna catch that on the rewind, man. Oh, that's funny. Oh man, I'm gonna be 41, newbie. Imagine how you, man. I'm sorry. Hey,
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Like you going on about I'm old as hell.
Right? I
Like,
tried to
I'm
tell
old
him.
as hell.
Don't know how to put the shovel down.
Basically, you just discourage like half the chat.
no, man. No, what I just meant is, like Kick Collector and them, they do a good job. They're super young. I think that they're going to be the next guy, like the next generation that we're all watching when, we're older and we're not around, I think they put out a lot of great information. Joey, Wesley, and him, they put out a lot of great stuff. I love Kick Collector reminds me a lot of me, and Kick Collector, I'm sorry if you don't like that comparison, but like, it's so amazing when he gets pissed at something. Like when he like, there's this one image. I think they screenshotted him where he's just like, he's wearing a hat and he's just pissed because they're talking about something. He's like, no, man. Like, and I was just waiting for him to just be like, no, you guys are stupid. Like, no, you guys are wrong. But I just love that. I love that raw emotion. I love when, you don't always have to be in agreement with everyone, man. So yeah, I love it. I just think I think they're
Key Collector won my he was the one that won my first giveaway that something is killing the children #8 to call.
Yeah, and actually I won his giveaway on his channel. So
would I be considered
according to Newbie, yeah. According to Newbie, you're
You're ancient right now.
You probably need to bag and board yourself and put yourself in a Mylar or something.
Jesus, man. All right, and then what's back to the comment? The second print is scarce print run. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
which is crazy because
that's what surprises me about the second print, because you would think that with the popularity of the first print, they would have,
Exactly.
but again, this is one of those things maybe that people just wait until that FOC passes.
It sounds like there's something. It sounds like there's something funky going on with it, or something like that. Because I mean, who missed on it? Who missed on it? That's the crazy part.
When like, and I think, and guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but like where we are today in the community with these second and third prints and things like that, like when a book is hot, it's almost like, okay, yeah, we already know that there's going to be a second print, right? And you almost find out like a day later.
The only the only rationale I can give is that the FOC for the second print did come out before the first print actually hit newsstands. That's the only thing I could think of.
But did you order it?
I ordered it from my shop because I saw it on my FOC.
Okay then. Like, there was people that ordered it. Like a lot of people ordered it, from what I understand. I mean, I know I ordered it.
I think I've got 2 copies left of High Republic 1. I think I'll get one copy. I want to be able to pair it up in the long run to have that. I think there's a third printing as well, right?
Which already passed FOC, I think, I think it passed FOC last week. Yeah.
I want to be able to kind of pair it up with the first print, second, and third print.
It's always nice if you actually have a set.
Yeah. So that's why I'm doing it. But me personally, that's shocking news that I'm hearing that it's scarce. It's low print run. It wasn't ordered that much because I was expecting it to be like.
I'm curious. Well, the thing is, I'm curious to see what the price is going to be a week after release, because right now these are all pre-sale prices, right? So let's see what happens in a week or so.
Yeah, and Spark. I was actually just going to say, I'm like, if Sparks is here, he might be able to let us know for sure because his FOC game is on point.
He is Mr. FOC. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. The Dr. Dre YouTube. All right, switching gears. We got Strange Academy #7. Supposedly, the rumor is the big deal in this is that some characters are going to die. But what does that really do in comics? Nothing. They'll probably be back next issue.
He already died.
Oh.
He already did. They killed him in the last issue.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. I'm grabbing these late.
I think it's gonna be the opposite. I don't think he's staying dead at all.
So the rest of you are. Yeah. Oh man. Following solicits back that up. No one ever died. Exactly. Yeah. No one really ever dies. Is hyped up by speculators. I think outside of what? Maybe issue 1, 2, and I think it's number.
Well, 1 and 2 seem to be the ones that caught on. in the second, like especially that Doyle Dormammu character spotlight in number 2.
But see, yeah, and that was mostly because that was just I think it had more to do with it being just like a dope character spotlight cover than it was anything else.
Yeah, but number 1, because if you remember, number 1 kind of was released just around the time that lockdown happened for the first, the first COVID lockdown. So it kind of went under.
Yep. Number 1 had that COVID fucking release thing where it didn't get ordered enough, so people didn't get copies of it, and it's got a shit ton of first appearances in it, and it's kind of like one of those things that almost feels tailor-made for like a series or something like that at some point. So a lot of people were banking on it like that. And I agree with Sparks. Like Doyle, that character just can't stay dead. It's like that character is one of the main draws for the series. So I don't see that character staying dead either.
I mean, I guess that happens, right? I think we're entering an age where everything is hype. Anything can be hype. I mean, if I were to see Robert Downey Jr. wearing a shirt a t-shirt that had like another superhero, the first thing is like, oh my god, this book is hot, go get it, right? I think that's what happened.
You didn't run out and get Thrawn whenever they started talking about him playing Thrawn in Star Wars?
No, and you know what I'm pissed about with that whole situation? That whole situation is I'm mad at, in a way, Keys, because Keys had a really good video he was going to put out before that, and then that news broke that he was coming, so I really wanted him to get that recognition. Me personally, I didn't fall on it because I don't like Star Wars, so even if Robert Downey Jr. plays it, I care less.
You're not going to get into it if Robert Downey Jr. plays it?
Nope.
But hold up, you watched the first movie though, right?
What movie?
Phantom.
Wars.
You watched Phantom Menace?
Yeah, Phantom Menace.
Okay, and what'd you think?
It was dumb.
That's because you watched the fucking Phantom Menace first.
It was dumb. I don't know.
We told you not to do that.
I like Rihanna too. If Rihanna was in Star Wars, I still wouldn't watch it. It's not my thing.
We told you not to watch Phantom Menace first.
So, yeah. All right. So we got what? 3 covers for Strange Academy. I mean, let's be real though. Strange Academy is going to be a book that a lot of people are picking up.
Yeah.
It's not bad so far. I mean, I'd say it's not great. It's not the best read out there right now. It's not the worst read by any means, but
Are people picking it up? Like me and Hyper just said, like 1 and 2. That was what really grabbed people. I think number 1 and a 9.8 is still selling for 180 Canadian, somewhere around there. So let's say
no, dude. A 9.8 is like 300. It's like 300 plus Canadian.
300. Okay, but wait, there's like what four different covers for that number 1, right?
I'm talking about cover A.
Cover A.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's actually selling for 300-ish.
Hey, what's going on, Kev? Yeah, so that
shit is going crazy.
This is what I was telling you guys about earlier. He changed he didn't change. He still does 1 2 talk, but he has this channel as well. So
Entropian Comics. Okay, cool.
And he was the one that had that. He posted today. He had that Dead End Kids information. So I'm pretty sure he's already posted it. But again, he's West Coast, so yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. Book Magic is saying all the variants, Virgin store exclusives are hyping almost everything, just like the 90s. It's why most end up going down within 6 months.
I will say this much, especially your last point about store exclusives. I think I'm pretty much. I'm not gonna say I'm done with store exclusives, but I haven't bought a store exclusive in a few months. That's almost like my comic cleansing, so to speak.
Exclusives are very, like.
I got caught up in
a lot of times. 9 times out of 10, they're just really not worth it. There's very few series where you could say that they're worth it.
And,
like outside of like probably, I would say maybe like Something Is Killing the Children right now, and maybe like Department of Truth, where like pretty much across the board their store exclusives consistently increase in value. But outside of like those 2 series, I can't really think of many others that do that. It's like it's pretty hit or miss. Other than that, You got to find the quality ones like that High Republic, the one that came out for High Republic that was an homage cover to Clone Wars. That was a huge hit. The Gleason Virgin for ASM 55, you know. Those store exclusives are huge hits, but they're so rare that you actually hit them. It's almost not even worth it to chase them.
Yeah.
You're usually better off just sticking with A and B covers and retailer instead.
Doc, yeah, I totally agree with you. For whatever reason, I don't know who got my email, but somebody signed me up for Unknown Comics, and I get their emails all the time.
That was me.
I'm
kidding. I would never do that.
They're the worst of the exclusives.
I would never.
It's annoying as hell because every day, I mean, there's my junk mail now, but even when I go,
they literally just make a fucking version of whatever.
I was gonna say, if you want to be an employee at Unknown Comics, just learn how to Photoshop words out of the cover, and then you're in. You're
I mean, that's it.
And guys,
experience, boom.
Just keep this in mind, all right? Just keep this in mind. Hyper was just telling you his opinion. Me personally, I'll be flat out honest with you guys. I don't do store variants. I really don't. I don't believe in them. That is my personal opinion. My favorite color is red, and I know some people want to argue with me because it's red and not blue or green or yellow, whatever. It's just an opinion.
Well, that's because red's the dumbass color, but no.
There is no wrong. Just remember, there's no wrong way to collect.
Okay? There is sometimes, but
yeah, buying exclusive variant is the wrong way to collect.
No, hold on, brother. Thank you for joining us, man. But yeah, just keep in mind, you know, like you don't always have to like or follow what everyone's doing, man.
Yeah, no. But I got your point, though. Yeah,
I know people who buy store exclusives like crazy, and they tell me I'm an idiot for not grabbing them.
Listen,
that's the thing. If you like the cover, if you enjoy it, if you can look at it and say, I feel this is money well spent because I am happy to have this in my collection, that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you got to keep in mind with store exclusives, at least from my experience, you see that, like, once they sell out, they'll hit, like,
oh shit.
But here's the thing, with store exclusives, what I find that you gotta sell them right away on the flip, because if you wait too long, those drop.
That is the wrong way to collect right there. That is exactly it.
Because, you know, you'll never know if a channel comes out and, you know, reveals who virus is, you know, one of those situations.
Yeah, some asshole.
That was all keys, man. That was all keys. Don't get mad at me.
So, you know, situations like that could happen, and, you know, it could render your slabs pretty much like snowshoes at this point.
Yeah, you could end up holding on to 22 copies of the free comic day book because somebody fucking ruined your... Oh, wait, you ruined your own stack.
And I will say, guys, I've been giving away that book. I've sold like 12 books in the past, like, I don't know, 4 days, and I've added one of those in with every sale I've made. Yeah.
But that's the beautiful part, because, like, can't really accuse you of pump and dump since you fucking crushed your own spec.
Yeah. I don't pump and dump.
I mean, you went fucking hard on virus.
That's something that you guys will. I mean, if you guys don't know already, I hope you guys know. I do not pump and dump. Any book I talk about, I genuinely am looking for or I'm buying. Like I will never tell you to go grab a book just for the sake of it. It makes no sense to me. No sense.
Right.
Now, if you message me with, say, like a good deal on an ASM 300 and you tell me that you want it, or a Tales of Suspense 39 and you want it, I'll probably give you some like, hey, you know, nah, don't get it, man. No, it's stupid. And then I might like buy it, but I mean, I won't, you know, I won't do that. Kid Collector, hey man, thanks for stopping by, man.
Peace.
He's got school, yeah, definitely. I'll check you guys out. Sunday is when Power Pack. I don't know if you want to put in your stuff real quick, but yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, we dropped his link in the chat.
Okay,
for sure.
Never added that on your.
But he comes in at 5:30 on Sundays usually, unless they change their time.
Okay, cool. All right, let's finish up. Can we just skim through these real quick and then get to DC? Because
Oh, you really want to do DC this week, huh?
No, I just want to get through the news and the spec, man. I'm really pumped.
He's really itching for his spec talk. Yeah, I'm curious what his spec talk is.
He's got the PowerPoint fucking burning a hole in his pocket, bro.
So real quickly, Werewolf by Night #4. It's the end of the series. Worth picking up, yay or nay?
I mean, I don't know. I think I got the #1 issue, but I didn't get hooked onto the miniseries, to be
If you're
honest.
if you're into the character, pick it up. But I'm not usually a fan of these miniseries by Marvel, like at least from a Spec side. I mean, if you're into the character for a reader's perspective, maybe check it out. But I'm not picking it up.
Well,
I,
and you know, here's the other thing too. With series like these, and you know, there is talk about that Werewolf by Night may get some kind of a series or something like that. A lot of rumors crop up whenever these series get, you know, whenever these characters start getting these miniseries like this and everything.
yeah.
But it could just be a case of they're doing it because they need to put out a series to keep the copyright.
But yeah,
So
that's
I
true.
mean, you just got to kind of be careful with some of this stuff. Like,
Well, that's kind of what Fox did with those. I mean, what was it Fox that they did it with those Fantastic Four movies, where they had to keep pumping out a Fantastic Four movie?
yeah, well, that was why they were putting out the Fantastic Four movies. But like, yeah, like this Werewolf by Night series could just be one that they're putting out there because they need to put out a series to keep the copyright on it.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
you know what I mean. So
like I said,
hard
if
to
you're
say.
enjoying the read, yeah, if you're enjoying the read, by all means, it's just not something.
Right.
All right, moving to Wolverine number 9. I'm just gonna step out real
I love
quick.
that cover.
I'll be right back, but you guys can chat about this book. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I mean,
Gotcha.
I'm picking up Wolverine.
Yeah, the Wolverine number 9. I love the cover that's on that. It's got his hand there. Looks like it's being auctioned off. Apparently he lost his hand, claws, and all.
And also, I'm not hating on that Aliens cover either. I think he actually has his claws through the xenomorph, right? If I'm not mistaken, I can't tell from the thumbnail.
I'm not sure, but that is one of the better Alien covers that they've had that I've seen.
Yeah, and you know what? I gotta say, I mean, you're pretty much up to date on all the X titles, right? At this point, or are you?
Yeah, I'm fairly up to date on them.
I gotta say, like Wolverine is. I didn't think that Wolverine would be one of my more better reads from the titles that have come up, but it's kind of been fun.
Yeah, Wolverine's probably in my top 3 or 4 for the X titles, to be honest.
Yeah, just because his stuff is pretty outlandish. First, he's dealing with like vampires, and then it's like vampires that Omega Red was working with, and then
yeah, he has been getting kind of out there storylines, but they've kind of worked for Wolverine, to be honest. And I mean, I don't know, like whenever you start talking about like, oh yeah, he's fighting vampires and everything, I just feel like, damn, I'm trying to remember what his name was. Chuck Austin.
Oh, the guy
Chuck
that he's
Austin.
working with?
Yeah, his run on X-Men when it was just like all that fucking just weird out there shit going on. But
you're talking about Chuck Dixon, I think, right?
Nah, I thought his last name was Austin. Something Austin. I could be wrong. But yeah, he just had like a really bad run on X-Men, and it was real weird out there stuff. But this not the same at all. They've made it make sense.
Yeah, and it's like I said, like because I find that some of these X titles they get a bit too lost in the whole dialogue. I find, and there's a lot of exposition. I find this is one of those reads that it's like you get into it, and it's like a very brisk read. And yeah, man, I've just been loving this. It's like you said, it's like your top 3. I would agree. I think Wolverine is probably one of my top 3 in the X titles so far. That.
I'm waiting for a new by my. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh hard there. Sorry. We'll talk.
Yeah, I think Wolverine, X-Force, and probably I would say Marauders is probably my top 3.
So why is Wolverine's hand not melting off there?
What do you mean?
Well, the alien's got acid blood, so the skin on his hand and everything should be melting off.
Oh, that metal part at the bottom. It looks like a.
No. I'm talking about on the alien.
You're talking about the variant cover.
Oh.
No, Wolverine's hand being there makes no sense at all because how the fuck is his hand there? How did he regrow his fucking hand with the adamantium and everything? Is what what I mean? That shit would, whatever.
It might be corroding his hand for all we know.
And then finally, I don't know if you guys talked about this, but there's X-Men 17 there. Is there anything to say there, or can we
that cover is fucking wow.
Which one? The cover A?
The A cover. I like that. I just like that cover. That's a great cover.
Lionel Francis, yeah.
All right.
I mean, right now,
I don't
like,
even know what's going on the issue, but I'm buying it.
no, most
Cover.
of these X titles, it's very much they're in a holding pattern right now because it's pretty much just fallout from what's happening with Ten of Swords. So I think you're gonna need a few more issues
Yeah.
before the stakes start getting raised again.
Yeah, and it's gonna go right back into, I believe, Raina's storyline. Raina X storyline is next.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into DC real quick. Let's get into it here. Just before we get into our
Newbie's favorite part of the show, DC.
favorite part. All right, real quickly. So we got Strange Adventures number 8.
Ironically enough, after all of my bitching about Tom King last week and everything like that, I am on this series and I'm actually very much enjoying it. This series has actually been really good so far.
This one, I think I told you guys, I'm waiting until the series wraps up and then I'm going to read it. Because I kind of find with Tom King's books, I've noticed this in other series, it's almost like it doesn't translate well when it's on a week-to-week basis. I mean, not a week-to-week, when it's on a...
Yeah, it is. It would probably be better in a format where it is all together all at once. But yeah, even week to week, it's actually still not a bad read.
Mhm.
I'm pleasantly surprised by this one.
Dr. Lovebox and Hidden Gem. I will, man. Just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. We'll try to do our best here. We're gonna skim through these and then get into that stuff. All right. Future State, Dark Detective number 2.
Dark
Detective number 2.
Yeah, I think I believe this is the actual Batman, correct?
Yeah, it's actual Bruce Wayne in this one.
Yeah. So
Because next
it's
Batman
Batman,
is
so
Lasso
it's fine.
Fox.
Yeah.
Lasso. Thanks for joining us, brother. Yeah, we just got into DC, so you're probably loving it.
All right, guys. So we're gonna start back at the beginning now. Lasso's here.
Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn number 4. There is a black and white, I think, cover that's supposed to be like really sought after.
Really? For this one?
Yeah, I think so. Let me see if I can.
Alrighty then. You can just click on it. It should bring up all the
Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh no, it's not. Did I get the wrong book? Maybe I got the wrong book.
It should be
I
there if there's one, unless it's a secret variant.
I think you have Batman black and white.
Yeah, there is Batman Black and White that's coming out, but that's not necessarily a big issue this week.
Yeah. All right. Joker and Harley number 7.
Yeah, this series has been going on for fucking ever.
With the delayed releases, yeah. It's
Oh my
supposed to-
god, it's been so long. It's been like a year long that it's been going on now for 7 issues. It's insane.
There's 2 more issues to go because it's a 9-issue miniseries.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it'll probably wrap up next year sometime.
Bricks, you're absolutely right. I was actually just looking, and yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, Black and White. Yeah, not this week, but it'll be the next issue. Is number 3. It'll be the first appearance of.
Right here, man.
No, but
it's not this issue. It's number 3.
Number 3 has
the first appearance of Maps Mizuguchi or whatever, Yaguchi or whatever her name is, as Robin.
Okay.
In the number 3.
Future State Batman / Superman number 1.
I'm not picking this up. I mean, I was picking the other 2 Batman books, but I'm not picking this one. Yeah.
Yes, I am actually skipping that one also.
I'm not picking it up.
Thankfully.
Batman: The Adventures Continue number 8.
I got the other 7, so.
Yeah, might as well. Because I thought this was actually going to end at 7. I didn't.
It was supposed to end at 7. I'm not sure. I think they just tacked us on at the end for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we get into Batman Black and White number 2.
Yeah, and this is an anthology series where they just basically tell a bunch of one-off stories.
So I'm skipping this.
So
too many Batman books.
I agree.
Skipping it.
Yeah.
I agree with Dr. Lovebox.
But number 3 will be the issue that you want to pick up, I guess, for that first appearance.
Yeah.
Is it on the cover as well?
And like it's not. See, and the thing is, it's not her first appearance either. She actually had a first appearance in, I think, like Gotham Academy or something like that. Okay. This is just her first appearance as Robin.
Yeah.
So.
The History of the DC Universe number 2.
You know what? I picked up the first one, so I'll get this one. I have not read it because immediately I started hearing some not great things about it. So I
Really,
actually just
I heard the opposite. I heard it was actually a good read.
see. I heard it wasn't good, so I figured I would just wait until I got them all and then read it and hope that it reads better.
Okay.
So that's my plan on that one, though, is to wait until I get them all and then read it because it did look like it was very dialogue heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely does have the traditional comic book format if you actually like look inside.
Yeah,
it.
so I think there's going to be a lot that goes into it. I think waiting to get it all together is going to be probably the better choice on reading that one.
Future State Suicide Squad #1. Now this one, I guess there is like I don't know. I've kind of spoken to you guys about it, but there might be a death in this one. But again, what does death really mean in comic books? It just means they're probably showing up in the next issue or 2 issues after that.
Well,
it's a death,
Suicide Squad, so hopefully.
and it's a death in the future state of DC. It's not exactly a death in the current.
Yeah, so does it even count?
Yeah.
See, because like this future state really feels like it's gonna end up being like that fucking 2099 shit for Marvel. You remember when they first started doing 2099? They were like, "Oh yeah, this is the future of the Marvel universe. Like this is what it's gonna be. This is how it's gonna be." And then years later, they were like, "Okay, yeah, that didn't really work out. So it's just an alternate timeline." I think that's what future state's gonna be too.
Yo, another fellow Canadian joining, Vancouver comic junkie. Guys,
What's up?
guy, one of the really good, I had the chance to formally meet and chat with him. One of the solid dudes, proud to say he's a fellow Canadian. He's got a show, I think it's every Friday, so make sure you guys go check him out. But he just unboxed like 3 crazy books. I won't ruin it for you. Go check out Vancouver Comic Junkie. He's got a lot of really cool stuff there, so make sure you guys go show some support, especially the Canadian guys in the chat. Definitely go show him some love, guys. But yeah, let's finish this off quick, and then we'll get into the news and spec. Okay, Future State Superman versus Imperious Lex #1. Is that how I said it right?
That's a skip for me.
Did you say it's a skip?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm skipping that one. I mean, I just don't see
anything into it.
Yeah, I don't really see any real big reason why I need to grab that one. So
okay.
This one also.
And again, guys, we kind of got lost in some of the conversation, so we're kind of skimming through these ones
to
get everything. But usually, I mean, if you guys are new to the channel, it's not like we just go through a book and say, yay or nay. We're just kind of trying to speed through this section to get into the last stuff.
Plus, I mean, it's DC Future State too, so most of this shit is kind of 1 or 2 off. So there's not really a whole lot to be said about it without spoiling shit.
Yeah, exactly. Future State Aquaman.
This one I
actually am picking up.
Because
down there, guys.
Yeah, because Andy Curry, who was introduced as as an adolescent, not an adolescent, but as a kid in Aquaman, was it 55 or 57? Like
57, something like that.
Yeah, this will be her first appearance as an actual young adolescent, and I think she's actually in the Future State Justice League as well, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so for those reasons, I'm just gonna pick it up.
Yep, same. I'm on the same boat.
Hyper, thanks for dropping that link to Vancouver. Sparks just said he's picked up. Yeah, so definitely he's one of the solid guys, in the comic community, but definitely Canadian guys. So yeah, definitely go check him out, guys. All right, and we have Future State Legion of Superheroes #1. There is that cool thing that everybody looks for, a #1.
Man, see, I feel like with the announcements about Bendis that I should pick this up, but I'm not going to.
What's his announcement?
That he's not going to be exclusive to DC. So it kind of feels like maybe he's going to be leaving DC.
Oh.
So isn't
I don't know if he is going to be leaving or not. I know he's not going to be exclusive anymore. So
yeah, but isn't that all the more reason not to pick this up then?
If it's just going to be his last DC shit, I mean,
like his farewell.
Sometimes the writers maybe want to go out with a bang. I don't know.
It's true. And the final book on DC is The Last God, number 12.
Yeah,
I got nothing. I got
picked
nothing
up
for this.
so
I have
Okay.
0.
0? Okay. Usually we're ending our show at 2.5, but today, the conversations just kept going and things like that. So it was a good show. I mean, I love when the conversations get taken over by the chat. So that was pretty dope. All right, let's get into our comic news segment. I don't know if Face or Hyper has any news. I do have some news. I did post on my IG the trailer for King Kong and Godzilla officially came out yesterday. I hope everybody tuned in for it. There is a lot going on there. A lot of not conspiracy theories, but a lot of people saying, this in the movie he will be known as Kong, and then he beats everybody in order to get that title, King Kong. So just be on the lookout for that storyline. The other news that broke, I guess it was for me, the comic news is Thursday of last week until we do the show. So this might be repetitive. I do post this stuff, but we did get that news of Morbius being delayed until March 2022. We got the news that the new James Bond movie was getting delayed. We also got news that the Uncharted Tom Holland movie is getting delayed. I kind of poked fun and said, 2021 is the year of the delayed movies. But guys, keep that in mind. That's going to continue to go because they have to follow a script in order for everything to follow. So just be on the lookout for that. The other news that I want to touch on is, and I haven't posted it yet because I got it just before we actually went live, but there is a live action Harry Potter. So all the Harry Potter fans out there, I know it's not a comic, but Harry Potter, there's a series in development for HBO Max. So I know there's a lot of Harry Potter fans out there, so be on the lookout for that.
Do we know if the cast members, if they're gonna? I guess they won't be because they're all.
It's super early development, but usually the guy that gives me the information is usually knows his stuff, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of the information that he shared with me. And yeah, then there's also the Spider-Man 3. There's a new suit that he's wearing, so a lot of people are making a little bit of noise there with that. I don't think it's
hopefully it's not the suit that they showed in ASM 62.
No, it's got the white spider.
That
It's
would be
on the video game one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
what? Yeah, that fucking suit in 62. Oh my god.
But
I hope that's not permanent.
But think about it, they can sell more stuff if they keep, every movie or everything they show up in has a different suit. You know what I mean? Like you saw it with Iron Man, Captain America. You didn't necessarily.
But you can give Iron Man. You can give different suits to. Like that's easy enough to do. And Captain America, to change or to tweak his suit a little bit, like most of that shit was fairly minor and not really a problem. Spider-Man has a pretty consistently iconic look, and that suit from 62, like, I don't even know what the fuck. That shit is horrible. It looks like a goddamn mess. He's a fucking Power Ranger.
I hope they keep it original, but what I'm seeing, the visual, the pictures I'm seeing, and the pictures that were released with those leaked photos for Spider-Man 3, assuming by now everybody has seen them, but he has the white spider. So
the white spider suit might. It just depends on which suit it is.
He's got the white, the white, in the video game. The white spider in the middle, and then the back he's got white, but he's still red and blue.
This is why.
I don't necessarily have a problem with that.
But this is why I was telling you guys in the previous show. You may want to pick up what was it called? I have to look it up. I think it's Spider-Verse 0 or the one where the PS4 suit was introduced in the comics for the first time.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Spider-Verse.
No, it's not Spider-Verse. It's chat, help me out. I know it's an issue 0 of something. But
Whack Comics. What's going on, man?
Yeah.
Whack Comics just had our boy
Spider-Verse.
Newbie, you gotta highlight Spark's comment. The one about Quidditch. Yeah, because for those of you that don't know, Sparks is an actual Quidditch player. I think it was.
Yo, he got a fire on broom.
Yeah, Spider getting zero. There you go.
Yeah, 0.
So yeah, if they need an extra for the Quidditch team, or if you guys need a spare broom, hit up Sparks.
How does he fly on the broom? That's what I want to know.
You know what's a little it's not crazy though, guys, because I remember the Iron Spider. I forget what issue it was. The Iron Spider, before it showed up in Endgame or Infinity War, that was a $5 book. And then it came out, and I think right now it's still like $20. I think it's somewhere around there. Like it's still one of those books that has its value. I don't know why.
Well, Iron Spider was a costume change that made sense.
I know, but what I'm trying to get at is these costumes, like sometimes they do hold its value. So even if you buy it super low, you could see an increase in investment. Unless you're just like a super.
No, I know, but somebody said it in chat though, and they were 100% right. It's just a way to sell more toys.
Check my IG. I've posted some of the photos. If I haven't, I'll check after the show and just
check out the solicitations for Spider-Man 62.
Yeah. Or that issue 529 is what Bricks is saying. Okay, cool. So there you go.
That's the Iron Spider suit.
Yeah, that's the Iron Spider.
Yeah. The
62
other
is the new one that he's going to be getting in Nick Spencer's run.
The other news I'm hearing right now and is, symbiotes are super popular, things like that. I've talked about Lethal Protector 4 many times. I've been talking about that book since June of last year. It is a book that is worth grabbing. It is the first appearance of Scream. I know this is not necessarily news; it's more spec, but it is a book I've recommended grabbing. A 9.8 in one of my shops had it for $60. I think it's gone now, but it was at $60, so that's not really that bad. Again,
What issue of Lethal Protector was that again?
Lethal Protector number 4.
Yeah, because that actually has 3 other symbiotes as well, right?
It's got a lot, man, and I think it's a banger. I think it's got everything you need. It's a female. It's a symbiote. It's a first appearance. It's a white cover. It's just got everything that says. It might sound crazy to spend $50 to $100, but it could get you a nice return in the long run. Again, this is not a book. I don't think you're going to see her in Venom 2.
Did you say it was the first female?
Symbiote, and a female. I said not the first female.
It wasn't the first female symbiote though.
No. I said, and it's at first, like a female.
Was Anne the first, or was it Scream?
I don't know. Did Sinner Takes All? Did that series come before Lethal Protector?
Yeah, no, I think Lethal Protector came first, didn't it?
Yeah, actually, Lethal Protector came first because that was actually known as Venom's first solo miniseries.
Scream probably is the first female.
Yeah,
okay, so then I stand mistaken but corrected in the same time.
There you go. See, there you go. You were right.
But
even though you said
this is a book that a lot of people sleep on, and a lot of shops don't price it properly. So if you can come across it, I definitely would pick it up. Again, Scream, she's coming. I don't think. Let me rephrase that. I don't know if she's coming for sure, but I could definitely see it happening.
I could see it coming, especially with the way how, like, we know that, like, if you saw the first movie, the spaceship whatever crashed and then the symbiotes escaped, right?
Okay, I've been talking about that forever, and everybody thinks I'm crazy, and I'm like, why don't you just watch?
No.
The yellow one goes. Yeah, the yellow one is the one that disappears, and I think that's Scream. I've told Keys so many times, I'm like, dude, that is Scream. That is Scream.
I'm pretty sure that was done by design. I don't think that was accidental.
So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that one. But where I was going with the news of this is make sure you guys are paying attention to the symbiotes like Anti-Venom. Okay, I get it. Issue 569 is very. The second print is really priced out. It's like an $800 book in I think a 96 Canadian. I'm hearing there might be some Anti-Venom stuff in the future. So whatever that is, take it with a grain of salt. But if you come across that book, which is very scarce to find, like I've never seen that book. I've never held that book. I've never seen it, in with my eyes, other than on a screen on eBay, basically. It's
And
one.
that second print of ASM that has his first cover appearance, that goes for quite a bit also.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. It's like 800. The cover A is, I think you're around like $300.
You're talking about graded or raw?
Graded 9.6, 9.8. You're looking at about $300.
Right.
Yeah. So, but you kind of want that first cover appearance with the first appearance. So yeah.
Brix is asking about the yellow one when you because it's been a while since I saw that movie. So
it's when the first when the ship first gets down, and then the scientists take all the symbiotes, and then the van crashes. The one kind of goes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the one that's?
Yeah, it does. It does look like there is one of them that gets away right there in.
And nobody says anything like during the whole movie. Nobody says a damn thing about it. They're like,
see, because it was weird. Because like I said, like I just said, they made it look like it got away, but then again, like they didn't address it in the whole movie. Like that. So I don't know. I don't know what they were calling that. It was.
And a lot of people don't pick up like little things like that, man.
Right.
And Bricks, I don't know if it's when the ship actually lands and it goes away, or if it's in the van when they're.
I need to rewatch that. It's still on Netflix.
And then it goes, but there is one point in time where that one symbiote just disappears, and everybody's like, where the fuck did it go? Kind of thing. So,
I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
Thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. I'm gonna see my PowerPoint. Damn. All right. Comic news before we get into comic spec. Do you guys have anything to say or add to comic news?
Okay, so I want to clear up something about an issue of TMNT that's been causing a bit of some stir in the community. So it's the issue that I spoke about, TMNT 113. I think there was a bit of misinformation, which I think has since been corrected by Key Collector. I'm just going to say the app because. So what happened was prior to the release date, Key Collector mentioned that 113 was the first cameo. No, sorry, they mentioned 114 being the first full appearance of Razor and Toka, the two mutants that were from the original TMNT Secret of the Ooze movie.
Right.
If you actually read TMNT 113 and you open the pages, you'll actually see that they actually make their first full appearance in that issue and not 114. Yeah, that's the one. So I actually did message Nick, and to his credit, he did actually change it on the app. The only thing though about that is there was no prompt or alert given. So anyone that would have, let's say, saw the spec news on TMNT 114, they would have saw Toka and Razor being the first full appearance in that issue, and not in 113. And had you been going off of, let's say
the original news, yeah,
and let's say you didn't get an app, you would have gone off that news. So that's why you guys have to be careful when you use the app, because info does change on it. That's why I tell you, do your due diligence and don't take. I mean, I don't want to say that it's all misinformation, but you kind of have to parse your information when you're reading some of these stuff. So, I mean, it would have definitely helped if there was an alert given to kind of rectify the previous mistake. There wasn't. So, yeah. So just to clarify, 113 is their first full appearance in continuity. I have to make that clear because they do appear in the movie adaptation of the comic adaptation of the movie. 113 is their first full appearance in IDW continuity. So that's the distinction. And, I think that's also where the misconception happened, because people are pointing to the fact that they appeared in the movie adaptation, which happened, that book came out like decades ago. So that's the distinction. So yeah, just wanted to clear that up. And yeah, just be careful with the app.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's true. Yeah. It would be nice if they alerted.
It would have been nice, because the thing is, yeah, I knew about the change because I addressed it, and then he made the change on the spot. But what about the guy that would have saw the app, let's say 2 hours ago? And
well, I'm confused about it, because now, see, my understanding is that they did they've done the alert before in the past to let people know that something like that has changed.
Okay.
So-
Well, I mean, I didn't get the alert. I mean, I do get the alerts for the app. But
No, that's just I'm wondering why they wouldn't do it because I thought that's what the whole point of it was.
Yeah. But I mean, that's why I'm just kind of putting it out there for you guys, like just to kind of double check
There you go.
when you guys, see it.
Yeah, and Dr. Lovebox is wrong. They also had the error with the death metal. We won't even get into that, man.
Well, that's actually the one that I was talking about. The alert came out on.
Yeah, said it was. Yeah, we also just don't want to. We've been very vocal about how we feel about stuff. So yeah. All right, guys. If face.
Oh, I got one.
Any new?
I got
one. Yes. All right, so let's hear it.
This one. I guess it's actually been it's been something that's been circulating in the news for I guess a couple of days now. It's looking like Marvel is going to have a Heroes Reborn event coming up. Now we all know about the Heroes Reborn event that they did in the past. That was not great.
Yeah.
Gave us Captain America's huge bloated chest and not much else.
Yeah.
But this new one is actually going to be something entirely different, and it's a culmination of a lot of storylines that are happening right now in Marvel, and it's going to be run by Jason Aaron. So, who did War of the Realms and whatnot. So, should be pretty interesting. Looking forward to that, and there's probably a lot of spec stuff to start looking at heading into whatever this event could be.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to make of it. It's just
it's gonna be fun to start doing the research on this stuff because I'm starting to pick up little details about it already. It's looking like it could be pretty interesting. So we'll see.
Just like you, I'm gonna have to kind of do a bit more digging on this.
Yeah, we'll have to talk that backstage.
I just want to say big shout out to Keep It Thorough. One of the nicest guys in the community. One of the most really genuine people in our community. Thank you for stopping by, brother. Yeah. I get a lot of information from him, his show. He does a great job informing the community. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by, man.
And he's one of the dudes that preaches, you got to read your books to,
Gotta open them.
You got to read books? What? Hold on. You're supposed to read these things?
It's a crazy concept, but
Yeah. So, guys, I think it's finally time. I think it's time for.
Time is it, newbie?
And you know what, guys? I'm sorry. I'm the only one that's got my PowerPoint and some spec for you guys. You guys know
I got spec.
Oh, you got okay, cool. All right. I'm gonna just do. What do you want to do, Face? You want to go first?
Yeah, we can just run through mine real quick. Because mine's actually pretty. I kept it pretty simple this week. I've actually been starting to look into some keys that I don't want to say they're necessarily off the radar, because they're not at all by any means, but they're probably at a low point of being on the radar, and that would be the keys for Blade. I think that Blade is going to make a comeback in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the same type of way that they did the first trilogy. I don't think that Blade is just going to be a one-off. I think they're going to do a series of movies with him, and he's going to probably feature in some other stuff. So, been taking a look through his comic book history at some possible keys that could be worth picking up going into whatever they're going to do with Blade. And obviously, the big one is going to be Tomb of Dracula #10. I think I can actually get some help for a visual on this one from my man Hyper Combo here. If my man Hyper Combo here wants to help me out, we can get a visual on Tomb of Dracula #10.
Man,
because he's got that big boy.
I think once Blade and Dracula comes, I think it's going to be huge. There's also a lot of rumblings with what's Dracula's daughter's name? I think is it issue 12? Face, I can't remember, but a lot of people Yeah, there it is.
Hold on,
There
I'm
it
trying.
is.
Yeah, there we go.
Not the most cleanest copy,
That's,
but it's a copy nonetheless.
no, that thing is fucking beautiful. That is
One,
a
one
Tomb
more
of
than
Dracula
that.
number
Nice.
10, first appearance of Blade, and that is a fantastic thing to have.
Picked it up over the summer. Happy with it.
I am supremely jealous.
Yeah. So continue, Face. Sorry.
So, all right. So another good one to pick up. Well, we all know that when he did the original Blade trilogy of movies, he had what was his name? Whistler. Was his mentor type and everything like that. And while Whistler does play a part in the comics later, historically, Blade's mentor was a dude named Afari. And his first appearance can be found in Marvel Preview number 3. And now this is an older book, so I'm not sure exactly what the price on it is because it's kind of hard to find at all. But I think being that Blade's come back to Marvel and everything like that, you're gonna see him stick closer to the comic books than they did before. So Afari sounds like a character that will probably get some play in the series. I'm not sure, how much they'll use them. Maybe it'll just be some flashback sequences, or maybe they'll even get into like a younger Blade and everything like that. So it's hard to say. But of course, we all know that his main big bad initially was Deacon Frost, because that's the vampire that bit his mom, that caused Blade to become a vampire in the first place. So that first appearance is Tomb of Dracula 45. And it's another one that's got some price to it. But Deacon Frost is one that's already kind of been done, so I don't necessarily think that he's going to be
What?
like I think I don't necessarily think that that's probably going to be the route that they go. They probably look more at like his more updated origin story, especially with the fact that they're using Morbius in Sony's little part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And one of the interesting things is that Blade actually became a Daywalker because he was bit by Morbius.
Mm-hmm.
That happened in Peter Parker's Spider-Man number 8.
Parker Spider-Man number 8.
Yeah, so
Over in my head, yeah.
that's probably that's one that might be worth picking up because we're getting Morbius, obviously.
Yeah.
That's coming. I could see them doing that as the way that Blade got the Daywalker abilities.
Yeah.
And then two other ones that might be worth picking up. Spirits of Vengeance number 1. I think we've talked about that book actually a couple times on this channel.
That's the caretaker, right?
What's that?
That's the first.
Caretaker. Yeah, caretaker, and it's just the first team up of the Spirits of Vengeance and everything like that. So Spirits of Vengeance, Midnight Suns, those kind of supernatural groups, probably going to see one of them pop up. So naturally, you're probably going to see the alternative side to it, and that would be like the group called Silver Eye, which is a division of S.H.I.E.L.D. that actually specifically takes care of like vampires and stuff like that. And they debuted in Blade Vampire Hunter number 1.
That's the thing with Blade. It's aside from like some of those well-known keys, the other stuff like not a lot of people really know about them.
Yeah, it's a lot of like more minor stuff, and looking at more like the key events that happened in Blade.
Man, I think a lot of people sleep on this. You can find this in your dollar bin.
Yeah, the Midnight Suns is great books to get.
This I got looked at by 2 guys, and one guy said 6, and the other guy said 9.8, and I picked it up for $4. So yeah, I'm just waiting for it. This is a book I've been talking about for a few months.
But newbie, that polybag is not going to do it any favors in the long run.
No, not at all.
Right?
No.
Take that out.
Not at all. I got 2, 3. I think I have 3. I've just taken some books out, just kind of posting some and selling. trying to get rid of.
Do you keep them in the bag or you take them out?
No, I usually take them out. And
Yeah.
all
You take 'em
I take them out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I take them out.
Okay.
Okay, so I think it's time, guys. I think it is time for. Is Hidden Gem here? Yeah, Gem is still here. Yeah, so.
Can we get a drum roll?
I've talked about the first book. I mean, I'm going to give you guys 4 books like I usually do. I usually give 4 or 5 books. I guess you guys got a bonus one because we talked about Lethal Protector. Yeah, Thoreau's on that one too, man. And it's so easy to pick that book up. Like it.
Yeah, Midnight Suns. I mean, bro, I'm telling you, like,
people sleep on
one
it.
of those groups is gonna show up. It's only a matter of time.
In May, I think it was like April or May, you could pick up a 9.6 on eBay for like $46.
Shit.
So it's a little different, but you could pick up a 9.6 for like $36 shipped, taxes all in. That's a great deal.
I think some people just put their nose down at that book just because it's one of those books that you see readily available in your LCS. I mean, I don't know about right now, but at one point it was always it was almost one of those books that you're kind of it's almost like that joke with the Dark Hawk #1.
Mm-hmm.
But that shit hit though. See, I mean, like they did it. It happens.
Exactly, that's my point. So like there's gonna come a point where people are gonna be trying to find that book, so might as well grab it when it's still kind of under the radar.
Yeah,
and that shit could all be like a whole fucking like a April Fool's joke, but it still hit. It still happened. It just proves that it can happen for any book.
Yeah.
So like I said, guys, I'm gonna be giving you guys 4 to 5 books.
Here we go.
I've always done. It's just we're gonna do it in PowerPoint form. Today I gave you an extra book in comic news segment. But let me just remind you guys, this comic news /spec is brought to you by the guy who introduced you to Yolanda, Conan the Librarian, and Death Vader. You guys
hold the fuck up. Whoa. Why is this not our intro screen for the goddamn show, newbie?
Hey, that's what it is.
I love that.
Man.
So you guys know.
I love it.
It's Spanish in here, English in here. So sometimes I butcher some words. I butcher some characters, so sometimes they come out a little different.
Don't forget stained glass window.
Stained glass window.
Oh yeah, stained glass window.
So guys, before we get started, I just came back in for this. So before we get started, like I said, I usually give you guys 4 books. I gave you guys an extra one today. It's one that we've talked about numerous times. But definitely is a person I think is coming, but it's Scream, Lethal Protector. I didn't add it into my slides, but yeah, definitely a character, Lethal Protector #4 that you guys should be picking up. I just told you guys one of my shops has a 9.6 at $60 Canadian. I should tell you all you need to know about this book. Get it before it jumps because what's hot right now is those symbiotes. So definitely be on the lookout for that book. And you guys know how I feel about white covers. It is a white cover, so I'm all in on that book. I think I picked up 2 on eBay. I can't give you prices yet because I don't know. But yeah. All right, guys, let's get started. Usually I like to keep everything grouped together. I talk about one character or one team or something like that. But I just want to put notice on some of the books that one book I've kind of already talked about. I don't think it's getting any love, but I think you guys should be picking it up. This one is more long-term, but it is Spider-Man 234. You guys have heard me talk about this. First appearance of Iron Spider, Miles Morales' uncle, who is supposedly dead, right? He died. Say that again?
I said, didn't we talk about this book in the past?
I talked about this like 3 weeks ago, and people didn't listen.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, and people didn't listen. A lot of people were messaging me like, yo, what cover? Again, there's so many Spider-Man books, and the fact that when you say Spider-Man 234, a lot of people don't know where to look. So, I thought the visuals would help. But guys, if you guys believe in Miles, if you guys believe in all that stuff, I mean, look at the stuff that's going on with Spider-Zero, his sister. This one has a lot of variables to it because of the fact that Miles' uncle, he becomes the Iron Spider. He becomes Prowler. He hates Sam Alexander. Keep that in mind. He hates him. Okay? He also leads there's also a great lead into the new like the modern Sinister X or Sinister Six. Sorry, I was looking at Jorge X, and yeah. So keep that in mind as well, right?
Yeah, there's actually for this one, if you could also find a second print of that, it actually goes for I think a lot more than the first prints, but it's more scarce.
Yeah, it is. And guys, I just put it right there. The last sold one, again, I did this PowerPoint like maybe 3 days ago. The last sold one, 9.8, sold for $98.75 Canadian. Let's round it off and say $100.
That's not bad.
It's not a bad buy-in. You know what I mean? It's not a bad buy-in. Staying with this character, we're going to go with Spider-Man 234. This is the 1 in 25 green variant. Again, all that information that I just gave you, it is super hard to find. But if you do come across it, definitely pick it up. Why? Because look at what the raw went for. The raw went for $46. But look at what a 9.8 went on eBay. The last sold. I think the last sold was in December, so still, you know, like a month old, but 234. It's crazy.
It's funny because I actually picked this up over the summer for like $18.
The 1 in 25?
Yeah. Because the shop that was selling it, I don't think they realized it was a 1 in 25. Maybe they just called it a variant.
Man, you know what the funny thing is? A lot of people don't realize that this is a 1 in 25.
Yeah, I actually had to look it up, and then I'm like, oh shoot, it's a 1 in 25.
A lot of people don't realize. And I actually have two people message me, because one person messaged me and saying that them and their cousin actually found these in dollar bins, and they paid, I think, like $4 or $5 for them. So they're out there. All you gotta do is look for them.
Was it Manny?
No. I wouldn't doubt it if Manny had it.
It wouldn't surprise me if he found it.
Someone is selling a Spider-Man 234 9.8 for 114 on Canadian. I mean, that's not even that bad.
Oh, Newbie's about to get on there.
I don't know, man. I made a Grail purchase today, so yeah. If you guys.
Oh yeah, that's right, you did.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I know what you got.
So yeah, so this one, definitely a good book. But again, guys, I mean, if you guys are talking Miles, I mean, obviously you have those people that have the Miles book, Ultimate Fallout 4, people that don't have it. You know, it depends on what side of the line you are standing on and what you believe in. But I mean, Miles, I think, is coming live action. Is it a few years away? Absolutely. This is where you want to pick those books up.
Yeah, that's a good time to buy them.
You don't have to get it graded, but just be on the lookout. Now you guys have an idea of what the book looks like, so definitely be on the lookout for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Next book, guys, I've been talking about this character for a very long time, and what I'm starting to do is look outside. I'm starting to look at who he comes across, you know, characters. This book is, man, I don't know. It's a ghost. You don't.
I'll be honest. This is the first time I'm actually seeing this cover.
You do not find this book, man. Okay, so this is Ultimate Spider-Man Infinite Comics number 20. I had to say it a few times before I could perfect it. It is the first.
One more time.
Ultimate Spider-Man Infinite Comics number 20. It is the first appearance of Dark Matter.
You did quite perfectly.
Okay.
Good job.
So Dark Matter is a trained. He's a trained killer, basically. He's trained to hate and hunt down Sam Alexander. So, you know, when you start thinking about characters that Sam Alexander might actually come, you guys know where I stand with Sam Alexander. I think Sam Alexander is coming. I've showed you guys. I've picked the books up.
It was confirmed, right? Kevin Feige said he's bringing both of them in, right?
Yeah. And I was telling you guys to pick it up. Like, I mean, people were telling you guys to pick it up. I think it was just a coin toss, which one you were going for. But definitely when you start looking at the character coming, you can start looking at characters that they might fight and the villains. If you're looking for pure spec and pure flip, these are books that you can get super low and make a quick buck on. You know what I mean? The only problem with this book is I think it holds more value. Why? because it's a ghost. Like, try to find this book on eBay. You can't find it.
Well, that's the thing, and it's hard to gauge a value for these kind of books because there's not that much data on what's the sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those. It's in the same category as if Thorough's in here. Like Thorough put me on Ultimate Spider-Man 19. And Hyper, I know you're big on this because you're big on video games stuff, right?
Yeah.
But, Ultimate Spider-Man 19. That's the first time Harry Osborn becomes Venom. He was the one that put me on it. I think I paid like $17 for the book. I sent it off to CGC. I am the 9th highest graded book. There's 8 and 9.8, and then I am 9.4, and then there's nothing. Okay?
That's pretty impressive on the census. Yeah.
There's only 9 graded issues total.
It was a kid's comic though, so like there's not that many that were picked up.
Right.
Or wanted. But yeah, even now, like you try to look at that book, you can't find it. This one I think is the same thing. I think it's in that kids area, so I don't know if you're going to be able to find it, which makes it even more sought after if you can find it, right? With Hyper saying that, like I don't think you can put a price on this because there's nothing that we can make, there's nothing we can compare it to. Right?
Well, here's the thing though. So you have two things going for you if you have this book. I mean, obviously there has to be a demand for it, but generally when you're one of those few guys that has a copy, you generally can dictate the price that you want to put it for. It's not like especially when you're one of the few that holds this book. And the other thing is because it's a kid's comic, you have to keep in mind, if kids are handling these comic books, how many of them are actually going to be, in good condition, right?
Exactly. And that's what makes it exactly. And Jorge, Universe X is saying the same thing. Yeah, you set the price. Exactly. But if you guys go right now on eBay, I mean, it might be different in the U.S. I have it set so I buy in the U.S., I can sell in the U.S. Like I usually get worldwide stuff. I can't find this book anywhere. Like in any of my shops prior to this, I couldn't find it. On eBay, I couldn't find it. There's no stats on it. So me realistically saying, if you find this book, who knows? Again, it's a villain. How well do villains do? I mean, unless they're iconic, they don't do so well. They hold their value. But this wouldn't be a bad character to bet on showing up when we get Sam Alexander. That's all I'm saying. That's what you guys kind of have to take this, right? So keep that in mind.
Do you think that they're going to introduce Sam Alexander into, do you think they'll introduce him through the Spider-Man universe, or that they'll introduce him through more of the War stuff?
Here's the thing, and I've talked about it. I told Kid Collector, because Kid Collector was very high on .1, number 1. I always find that that's a tongue twister, just like Fantastic Four, number 4. Here's the thing. We've gotten Spider-Man already, right? So getting Miles is no issue. We've already seen Spider-Man. We've already seen Captain Marvel, so getting Kamala Khan is not a big deal because we've seen Captain Marvel. We've seen Iron Man already, so getting Riri Williams is not that crazy. Here's the problem. We haven't seen Nova yet. We haven't seen Richard. We haven't, and until we do, I don't think...
Yeah, but we've seen the Nova Corps, so...
I know, but we haven't seen Richard Rider yet, so I don't know if we're going to get... Like, I know Feige said, oh, yeah, you'll see both of them. That, to me, makes me think that they're just going to kind of bypass Richard. They're going to say, like, hey, here's Richard, boom, really quick, but they're also going to have Sam right there. It's not like we're going to have Richard for, like, 3 movies, which is going to be, 6 to 8 years long, and then we're going to get Sam. I think we're going to get Sam, like, super quick, just like we get Ryder.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like what they're going to end up doing is they're going to have Richard Rider play more of a role in your movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that, whereas they're going to have Sam Alexander play more of a role in, like, Champions.
Yeah. Me personally, I and you guys have heard me say this, and Universe X, if you find multiples, please let me know. Please, of that book, please. Here's the thing with Richard Rider is you guys have heard me say this a few times. Comic Night, Mr. Sandy has also said this. he thinks that there's mirror images of what happens, right? So what I mean by that is, he said Guardians of the Galaxy is a mirror image to what Eternals will be. He then said Iron Man will be the mirror, or Nova will be the mirror image that what Iron Man was, right? Like, so it could hit. Here's the thing, though. Like, I think if you're a player in Nova 1 right now, you're paying almost $600 for a 9.8. I think it's a bad play. I don't know. I think it's a bad play because he's not going to get like a 3-movie run. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to be.
You think it's more like a passing the torch kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have a thing right now where they know what they have with, champions, with Miles, with Riri, with Camila, with Sam. I think they know that their future is bright with Sam, more so with Richard. So I don't know. I've been picking up 0.1. That's where I've been collecting. That's where I've been going. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I'm the inverse. I actually have Nova 1, but I'm actually looking for 0.1, like a good copy without the printing defect, because we know that also is circulating where they had that that faint line.
Yeah.
Because that's the one that my LCS had, so I'm kind of trying to find another better copy. But yeah, I do agree that I think Sam will probably have a bigger role, but I think Richard Rider will. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think he's gonna have a 3-movie deal or anything like that, but I think they have to insert him at some point because you can't really just go right into Sam without having the OG Nova, at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't think so, and they shouldn't be able to, but they did fucking totally bypass Wendell Vaughn as Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Doom is saying, get the sketch if you can. It's a goat. Man, so much of this stuff is ghost. Like, you don't see it ever. And Doom's got a crazy collection. Manny, Universe X. Like, I'm putting this information out there. If you guys find one, please let me know. I'll hit you guys back. But I think because they, like, for whatever reason, man, I don't know if it's just the San Diego, the California, the state of California with their congressman. But anytime that something
Yeah, what the hell? Like, it's a
go to their shops and they find it. Like, they take videos of it, and I'm like,
bro, they have more killer Comic Cons in California than anywhere else in the fucking world. Like,
well, not even the cons, but I've seen the post that UniX and Manny put on their IG, and I'm like, how the hell are you guys able to scoop these up without no one, getting their?
Well, I mean, you figure they have the cons there for a reason, man. There's got to be like an insane comic book community down there in that area.
Yeah, it's just that, like, because like in my city, it seems like there's so many sharks in my town that like those back issues get, if you're not there quick, like they get cleaned out.
Yeah, here we don't have that. I think
that's the nice thing around me is we pretty much can get. Generally, we can pretty much get whatever because most of the shops around here are not.
I think if you're onto something and you're ahead of the game in it, like, you could buy it. I mean, you can be. It's just like around where I am, man. It is literally where, where I am. It depends on if the information is hot or not. You know what I mean? Like, if it comes out.
Bro, you're coming from a city that you literally were able to sleep on High Republic for a few days before going back to pick it up.
Yeah, true.
That shit would not exist in my area. Like, High Republic didn't even make it to the racks.
Excuse me. Eric's got a good. He's making a point right here, and then Thorough is making a point. I will actually get to this in 1 second. I'm just going to finish this off because I did want to talk about Black Knight, actually. So the next book I got is Nova number 3. Now, you're probably saying, Newbie, what are you talking about? You went from Sam Alexander to Nova? Yes. Because I do think that we're going to get Nova as well, guys. But this is the first appearance of Diamond Head. This is one of Nova's biggest enemies. Okay?
I thought it was the Luke Cage villain, but his name is Diamondback.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Right there, you guys can see, I couldn't find any 9.8.
Right up there with fucking Taser face.
I couldn't find any 9.8 for sales, and I couldn't even find any information on like near mint plus stuff. So the only one that I can find is a 9.6 sold for $90 Canadian, still affordable for like a villain. But again, guys, you guys know where I sit with villains. Unless they're iconic villains, It's a grab and flip. You want to flip these. Could I see this being a $150, $180 Canadian book to double my money? Absolutely. Absolutely. But after that, I don't see it being anything. And I've never, and I'll be honest, I've never met anybody who's like, man, you know who my favorite character is? Diamond Head. I've never heard that sentence in my life. Okay. So
actually, leaving on fucking Diamond Head.
Yeah, I've never heard that in my life. But again, it's another book that you guys should be on the lookout for, because I'm pretty sure you guys can find it pretty cheap. And that's the whole point of the game, right? You try to find it when it's low, when it's cheap, and you try to make a buck off of it. So definitely somebody that, if Richard Rider was supposed to come, I think they can make a quick just, hey, okay, here he is, let's kill him, he shows up, whatever. All you need to do is have this book before the trailer. Boom.
That's the thing, yeah. Because after the trailer, that's when the whole FOMO sets in, and then people rush to get those copies, and they compromise how much they're willing to pay for it.
Exactly. So I gave you guys those 4 books plus the Lethal Protector 4, which I've been on for a long time. Now let's get on to one subject I actually was hoping somebody would come up with, but it's that Avengers 48 Black Knight. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was off of it. I wasn't really feeling it. I thought it was gonna be stupid. But the more I think about it, I'm kind of almost leaning the other way. And it's been kind of the last 2 weeks where I've kind of been, okay, let's look at what's going on here. Me personally, I think Eternals is gonna be bigger than most people think. He's got a big part in that. They got a big name to play the part. I think that's got so much, man. I think that adds to it. I don't think that he shows up for one movie, and I don't think they kind of sell him on the part like, hey, you're kind of going to be a little, and people might like you. No, I think that they got something behind him where they're like, hey, man, we're going to get you on this. We're going to put you in this role. It's going to be bigger than you think. It's going to be bigger than people think.
Yeah, because you got Jon Snow playing.
Yo, dude, get out of here, man.
No, but I agree. Like, whenever you have and this is why the same reason why I think Blade is also a good spec, because they got Mahershala. I butchered that first name probably. Mahershala Ali playing it. Whenever you get these top tier actors playing them, you know that they have big plans for these characters. So.
Yeah, you would think so.
I think the people that are sleeping on Black Knight and Eternals, I think you got something else coming with you. Like I know I was talking most recently to a few people, some of the older guys, who were telling me they picked up Eternals 1 like 10 years ago when nobody was picking them up. Like this one guy specifically said, he's like, man, I picked up like 10 copies for like $5 a piece.
Yeah, they were before the movie announcement, those were readily available. Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember passing up not Nova, because the last was coming there. I remember passing up Eternals 1 in Niagara Falls Comic Con in Expo in the 9.8. In the 9.8, $140 Canadian. Like
that was a bad decision.
Yeah, but
maybe not a ton. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's one of those books like when we were talking about Riri Williams. And be honest here, how many times have I messaged you and been like, yo, before the Riri Williams shit dropped, and I said, hey, man, on my comic shop, they got a 9.8, it's going for $30. And you're like, no, man, forget it. And then, it goes like overnight. It's one of those books you don't think about. You think, oh, Eternals. Even Guardians of the Galaxy, man. When Guardians of the Galaxy first came out, everybody laughed. They didn't know that it was going to be that popular. They did something fun with it. They made it what it is now, right?
And I think that is a testament. That should kind of give people a lot of hope for Eternals. Just the fact that they turned Guardians of the Galaxy, which to a lot of the casuals, it was a very an obscure Marvel property, and they pretty much made it a household name. You can't think that they'll do the same. You can't deny that they won't be able to do the same thing with Eternals. So
no. I think they'll be able to do it better, because that's probably what they sold those actors on. Like, hey, look what we did with Guardians of the Galaxy. We're gonna give you more money. Like, do you think Angelina Jolie is gonna come in and just do something stupid? Like, I don't see it.
And also keep in mind, when the Guardians of the Galaxy was introduced, that was like, what, 2014, 2013? Yeah, it was around that time. The MCU is a much more of a different landscape 6 years later. And I think, and with the Disney Plus network and all the other marketing behind it, I think the push will be a lot better for Eternals than it was for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's the thing with Black Knight. He's got a weak ass. But first of all, it's a weak ass name. It's a weak ass costume. So like it's gonna be interesting to see what it is. And I know I say that, and you guys might laugh, but again, like what does Marvel have to do? Even DC, even indie, right? Like it's got to be marketable, right? So when I start thinking about Black Knight, I think, okay, can I walk down an aisle in Walmart and see, 5 or 6 feet dedicated to Black Knight? I don't know if I can. You know what I mean? Do I think the character's got legs? Absolutely, because like Doom, I've had this comment up for a bit. I'm pretty sure he's got not necessarily a 3-movie deal, but I think he's got like a three appearances.
Yeah,
which, in my opinion, is Eternals, Guardians, and something else. So
I don't know. Yeah,
could be his own solo.
Is he going to be in Guardians?
I don't know. There could be like a bio clause where they're like, hey, and the third one might be your own thing. Or, I mean, let's not forget, he's got role in.
Wait, we're giving Black Knight his own film?
In sorry, I'm trying to think. Avengers and Eternal. So who's to say, maybe the Young Avengers or something down the road, right? Like let's remember, and I think a lot of people forget this because we haven't seen movies and we haven't seen things in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when a movie comes out, and let's just take, for example, Iron Man. Okay, Iron Man comes out today. Perfect. You're not seeing the next Iron Man for another 2.5 years. Keep that in mind. So they could say like, hey, you're going to show up in Eternals. You're going to show up in this. And then if you become popular, well, in 6 years, that third one will be an option for your solo. Like I don't know the logistics or anything like that, but it could work that way.
But I think it'll also give a good gauge to see how well that character, how much traction the character, has with the audience, right?
Yeah.
Like when you don't put him in his own movie and you just put him in the ensemble cast, you kind of see, based on the audience's reaction, which characters from that Eternals cast kind of sticks out and which one resonates with them. So
I think if you have Eternals 1, 2, what's the ones to get? 1, 2, 7, and 11, I think.
5.
I know 1 and 2 are
like,
for sure to keep.
Yeah.
Just hold on to them. Like
hold
on.
Fucking all the prime numbers or some bullshit.
Yeah, but definitely hold on to that number 1, guys, because again, if you compare it to Guardians of the Galaxy, I really think they've learned their lessons, and they wouldn't just bring this team and the people that they have playing them just for stupidity, man. Like I don't know.
The thing is, I have a copy of Eternals 1, but I need to get a better copy because I didn't realize this, and this is a lesson to people. Always check your books when you're buying them at cons. I didn't realize that when I opened the book, it was all good, but the bottom staple, basically, the cover is not connected to the staple, so it's almost like a pop staple at the bottom. So I don't know if that actually will give me a qualified grade or not on CGC if I grade it, but yeah, I definitely need to find a better copy.
Yeah. I got a 9.4, and I got it at a really good deal, so that's the only reason I bought it. But now, I mean, this is probably maybe the time to buy it. I haven't really looked at what they're going
for. Which one?
Eternals 1.
I don't know. I really.
I haven't really heard much chatter about it lately. I mean, the movie's just around the corner.
Yeah,
but I don't necessarily think it would be a bad time. I mean, it's not like it's not the biggest thing ones that are right.
But here's the thing, and Doom hits it right on the spot. Me, when I went into Guardians of the Galaxy, I had no expectations. I remember saying like, how is this a thing? Like, how is this going to be something, right? And then it turned out to be 3 movies, super popular. Again, going back to that markability thing. I went down Walmart. They got a whole fucking aisle of Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. They were set, like even my grandma knew who Guardians of the Galaxy was, right? So you guys got to check that stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what Eternals has. They have that opportunity to do that. So, just keep that in mind.
I mean, it's possible, but like Eternals doesn't have Baby Groot or Rocket, so.
True.
You know, that is a big part of Guardians of the Galaxy's marketability is, you know.
For the toy line and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Thorough makes a good point. Check out the Black Knight solo series. I didn't know what year it was, so thank you for that.
Yeah. There's the 2016 series, and there's also, I think, the one that came out in 1990, which I believe is the first solo series with Dane Whitman.
Universe. Did you pick up Eternals 1 or Black Knight, the Avengers 48 one? If he picked up a 9.6 Avengers 48, that's crazy because
I'm thinking he's talking about Eternals.
Okay, because the 5.0 Avengers 48 is like $400-$500.
There's no way he would have been able to get that off eBay unless the person just wanted.
Oh, Eternals. Okay. Yeah. So 300 American. That's what hyper Canadian.
It's about 400 Canadian.
Okay. Yeah, that's almost where you're. Yeah, that's almost where you're gonna be.
Yeah. I picked mine up for like, I think mine was like $250.
I picked mine up for $45, but again, I told you mine is the one with the pop staple. So.
No, mine was the Avengers 48.
Oh, you have that one.
Black Knight.
Yeah, it was raw.
First. Oh, okay. So let's finish off with this. Black Knight. Are you guys on it? Do you guys think it's going to be something big? Will you buy it, or are you right now just being like, no?
Here's the thing.
I got Avengers 48, so.
Say it again, Face.
I said I got Avengers 48, so.
Oh, do you? Oh,
yeah. Man's on it. Wait, Face. I'm curious. Did you buy it in light of the whole Black Knight coming to MC, or was that already in your collection?
I don't want to say like I bought it around the time that they were first starting to talk about the potential of coming into the. I went ahead and grabbed it because I found a really good deal on it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like if you were to buy it, now is the best time. It's just that like there's other books that I'm kind of hunting for. So unless I could find a steal for it, maybe I'll grab it. But it's just not one of those books personally for me that's on my. And this goes back to collect the books.
Yeah, it's kind of like now it's almost like right now it is like the time to buy it being like you're essentially like almost sort of your last chance because it's either gonna be he's gonna fucking crush it and it's gonna be great and the price on it's gonna go up and it's gonna get even more into that unobtainable point for a lot of people, or it's gonna suck and nobody's gonna fucking want the book anyway because the fucking bottoms drop out on it for the most part.
I think if you buy it, there's not many high graded copies. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you can go on stores and get like 9.6s, 9.8s. Like,
right.
You're relatively looking in that 3.0 to I think 5.5 range right there.
Yeah, you're definitely looking at like mid grade ranges for that. Low to mid at best.
Yeah. So yeah, you just got to be careful. I think the buy-in right now for a 5.0 Canadian is $400. So at that price, I mean, you got to look at. I mean, Universe X just said he picked up a 9.6 Eternals, which is the equivalent to $400 Canadian, right? So you almost got to look at what else is going at that price, and if you're comfortable buying in at that point, right?
Well, that's the thing, because I mean, unless you kind of have an unlimited cash bank account, I mean, you kind of have to pick and choose also what you want to put your money in spec-wise, right? So.
Yeah, of course.
But again, it's you got to just look at all the different variables, right? Like who the actor is and things like that. I don't know. I'm still 50-50 on it. I'm still on the fence.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like this is one of my driving force why I picked up Tomb of Dracula over the summer, because that was kind of one of those books that was kind of on my radar, and I knew that book is gonna shoot up, especially with the actor that's involved in that casting. So I figured it's one of those things like it's now or never, right?
Yeah.
So
Doom's got a good point.
That's actually not a bad gauge right there. Like Doom is saying Star-Lord. That's not too bad. Too bad of a gauge. Think about it, like.
But I don't even know. I would have to Google it and see if they still have that information on like what the Star-Lord one was going for prior to that movie.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
did it reach $300 or $400 for a low grade? I don't know.
Yeah, and the thing is, I know eBay you can't go back too far. So
The Black Knight is Martin Lawrence. Changed my mind.
I saw a bit of it. I didn't finish that movie, but I do remember seeing that movie with Martin Lawrence in it. I was like,
yeah,
what?
I remember. I know. Yeah, I've seen that movie. It was.
I think that's the one where he time travels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Times, yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. Remember when like Martin Lawrence was like the modern Kevin Hart, where he just did like everything?
Dude, I like those.
Yeah.
I like those movies just from a pure Sunday guilty pleasure. You got nothing better to do kind of thing. Like him in Blue Streak and yeah, Dave
You
Chappelle.
can't find a comic book to read or something.
I wasn't into comics back then.
Dave Chappelle is on that one. Yeah.
What the hell?
I get you. Sorry. You get Tyme. What's your thoughts on Silver Surfer having a Phoenix Trail in King in Black #3? Is he a herald to the Phoenix? I think is a Phoenix the god of light? Maybe Star-Lord, Alpha, or Sindel.
I did not see. I'm still playing catch up to King in Black, so I'm not. I can't really answer that. I guess the only person.
Oh wait, Silver Surfer showed up in King in Black.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but again, I gotta catch up to KIB #3. So.
Yeah.
Shocking, Johnny Cakes is playing with all his toys.
Yeah. Well, guys, it is that time. I can't believe we went 3.5 deep. So thank you so much. I just want to say tomorrow we won't have a show. We'll be back on it next week. Okay. So we'll do our new comic news, comic spec, and then we'll get into it's the first, I think it'll be February. So we'll get into the hottest books of the prior month. And if there's some that you should still be picking up, some that you should be holding, things like that. So stay tuned for that. Before we go, I'm just going to plug my boys. So FaceTime, what do you got coming up?
We got some shows coming up on your channel, of course. Got a couple videos that I'm going to put out on mine. And next week, me and Keys are working together on getting one together for you guys.
Dope. You guys can find Face. I think I plugged his stuff in the description. Hyper, what do you have coming up, brother?
I'm trying to. Well, now that my stuff is sorted with my comics and all that, I'm gonna go back on the IG machine. Hopefully by tomorrow and have some regular content the way I used to. And I should have a CGC unboxing video. It's just that I got the books and I'm just trying to find the time to actually do the unboxing. So
you're just slacking, is what you're saying,
dude. Okay, I'm just gonna give you a bit of a prelude to this. This will be one of those disappointing unboxing videos, and you'll see why.
Those are the best. Not for like you guys, obviously, but
yeah.
Thanks for dropping by and catching us live, man. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man.
Everybody, Tappy is saying, man, you guys are still going on, man. 3.5 hours.
We go hard.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's past my bedtime. But so you guys know where to get my guys. I just want to say, like always, make sure you guys sub each other, support the community, grow it, build it. You never know when you're gonna need somebody, when you're gonna buy something from somebody, sell somebody something. You never know.
Sell somebody. Damn, what are you getting into, bro? Holy shit.
The conversations you guys might create. So always a good thing to support everybody. And don't forget to check out FaceTime, Hyper, Keys, and myself. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe, like, notification, and go check out that 1,500 sub video I got. And guys, tune in. I just dropped a video, a Moon Knight Spec video yesterday. I've got 3 unboxing videos coming up, so be on the lookout for that. And like I said, there's no show tomorrow, but we'll be back on next Sunday and next Tuesday. And guys, good show. Thanks for coming out. I mean, we've had 40 people plus for like almost 3.5 hours. So
and I appreciate that.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next Sunday, guys. Take care.
All right, peace out, guys.
Peace.